so alone, nothing feels like home. I'm so alone, trying to find my way back home to you. I'm so alone, nothing feels like home. I'm so alone, trying to find my way back home to you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESU PUBG OCE Invite Division, and it's week 2. I got all of that right once again, so I'm very proud of myself. Tonight, I'm going to be joined by a good friend of mine, Bobby J. Unfortunately, Vandy is sick tonight, so she's had to call on off. But, Bobby, you haven't casted PUBG in a while. I think the last time was when we were at the Senecom, but it's good to have you here. And I'm not hearing anything back from Bobby, of course. Well, that was Bobby's introduction. He had his chance. Either way, we are just about heading into the game for week 2. I believe Tainted Minds is not here because they're actually going overseas to PGL. But either way, we've got just about everybody else. We're in Miramar tonight as well. All 4 maps, in fact, are going to be in Miramar. Those are the rules set there. As you can see, more attachments, more ammo, more scopes, 2 times automatic rifles, and some more meds as well. Looking at the teams, as you can see, we've got a host of organizations who have been participating in PUBG and getting behind these players, which is really good to see. But you know, some of those teams really performed quite well last week that don't actually have any orgs, so it doesn't really make a difference. And of course, the scoring breakdown, it's 7 points per kill. First place gets 200 points, second gets 150, third gets 125, and so forth. So obviously finishing in the top half is definitely where you want to be. So I believe actually that should be better. Bobby, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, brother.
You know, it kind of helps when you put it on voice activity. I gave you this big shout out and everything. You can go back to the stream later on tonight and hear it for yourself. But yeah, voice activity kind of helps. But I'll say welcome again, Bobby. It's been a while since we've casted PUBG, but it's good to have you here.
Yeah, it's been since December, I think it was. So it's been a couple of months. Anyway, I'm fresh to see what's going on, and you showed me the leaderboard, and I can see Azure up the top. They got a pretty good gap between them and Carnage Esports, mate.
They do, yeah. But you know, that was obviously week 1. We're heading into week 2 tonight, and such as PUBG, it's so RNG in a sense that you know you can win all of week 1 and never win again.
Well, we'll have to see if they can step up. What teams? Because I'm fairly new here to the scene. So what are the teams like here? Who do you rate as the top crews?
Oh, well, I'm fairly new myself, Bobby. You know, I only started last week, but I can't back away from, you know, without being too biased. You know, I did used to coach a player from Atletico for Overwatch in Neferhorse, so I've always got my eye on him and how they go. But you know, such is the nature of PUBG that you know all of these teams and all of these players really stood out in week 1 at different points. But we are getting into Miramar now, and I hope you can see the screen. That's all good on your end.
Yeah, it's nice and clear. I can get that. So that's why I was like, hey, have you started or something? You're in the game, bro.
That's all right. Well, as I said before, we're in Miramar tonight. All 4 maps tonight are in Miramar. We only played the original map, Erangel, last week, so a different setting for these players and obviously different places to loot.
Yeah, we've got a couple of groups just down over here to lower end. Oh, so that's Neferhor, the man that you're talking about. So he's still playing for Atletico, I believe. They didn't do too well last week by the looks of it.
Well, they didn't. They didn't do too well last week. Atletico Academy, though, their sister or brother team, though, actually picked up the last map win for them. So I believe they're in here somewhere. Obviously, it's looting phase at the moment. But as we get the first circle, Bobby, what do you think of that circle?
Wow. Well, maybe a couple of the Atletico boys are pretty close to it, but the rest of the team, especially up here on the northern side, a lot of them are quite close together, so we're going to see some carnage as they head on towards there. But look at these 2 teams down here below. I can't really see it too clear at the moment. One is Atletico, and the other, I can't see, is it's you got a better vision than me. What's the other team there?
Oh, we've got 2 teams at the moment in the circle. We've got Death Won't Kill You, Couchman, Sunny BGS, and I believe you got Kazi Kazi Riz, or Kazi RIS, and such is PUBG, Bobby. The buildings do take a little while to load in, but they're there. We had actually a lot of problems last week, so this week so far it seems to be going a little bit better already. Last week was a bit of a lag fest, but either way, it's the slow period of PUBG. This is the slow period, but a meta that a couple of players were talking to me about and sort of what the players like to do is loot quickly and then make their way to the inner of the circle as quick as possible.
Okay, so that's a lot different than how I play, whereas I take forever to get in there and then I come in and get shot. So yeah, I guess that is good because you can kill people as they're trying to get inside and set yourself up with a barricade. Especially everyone here, I imagine, has great mechanics in the game. So just being out in the open and not seeing someone first in the line of sight is going to be very detrimental to your survivability of the game.
Well, the other thing as well is, the players themselves and the teams themselves, as we're looking at Jam Gaming here with I Love Spaghetti, and you were just picked up by Jam for the streaming, so maybe a bit of bias there, but is that the players like to have their own drop spots, and they don't like to encroach too much on the other team's drop spots in terms of where they're going to be looting. So that's why we generally see a very slow-paced early game.
Okay, well, no one wants to risk anything early on, but do they just prefer to verse each other once they're all geared up, and that's a lot more fun to them? Because they might just complain like someone that just died unarmed early on.
Yeah, well, I mean, from their perspective, I guess, is their thinking is, oh, well, if, we get the gear as quick as we can, then get into, the circle, and we don't really want to be fighting along the way. But also, if you try and force that fight early, you have the potential to die and get pretty much no points. So, it's a risky thing to do.
Yeah, and even if you do scrap, like, say if you got 2 left on your team and 2 left on the other team, you're at a big disadvantage to all the other teams, so you just really fought for no reason other than giving the rest of the teams an advantage.
We're just trying to watch Bouncy Butts here going for a bit of a swim, and he's part of Jam Gaming as well, so he's quite a fair distance away from the rest of his team. I do see a couple of shots here. It's X-Toll taking some shots at Extreme 2G.
Yeah, well, boys, you're in 12th position from last week, so I want to see a big improvement there, Cheeses and Bouncy Butts. I'll get your butt up the rankings, mate.
I always love this part when the buildings don't load in and the players are... Ah, damn. That was pretty much Jesus for a second there. No kills, though. Something we saw a little bit last week, Bobby, was pretty much a kill within the first, 10 to 30 seconds. Only one, but in tonight, nothing.
We might see something soon as they need to come in through the northern side. See over there where it's got Biggie J and the crew up there. There's 2 teams that are hovering over the top of each other, mate. So there might be something there. Biggie J might be able to pick up a kill against Hades, whatever his name is. Hades. I'm like, wait, it's not Hades from Paladins.
Well, you Biggie J. I think you like Biggie J because he's close to Bobby J.
Yeah, that's my bigger brother, Biggie J. The older brother.
He's just a bit bigger, but they got a bit of a distance to go. We still have 45 seconds until the blue zone actually starts making its way in anyway. So a lot of these teams have got time. But when you consider, Bobby, looking at the map, how much of it's covered with players and how much you're gonna have to fit into that tiny circle.
Yeah, it's gonna be carnage. So. A lot of the teams already that are in there, there's about 4 different teams. Well, one of them is all on his own. Look, he split off from the rest of his team.
He has. I believe that's Somatic. It's not letting me click on him for some reason. He's going too fast.
Yeah, he's that stealth, mate. He doesn't want you to. He doesn't even want the spectator to know that he's here. All right. He just wants to get. So his teammate, it's his teammate Merrick. So his teammates aren't even near him at all. So he needs to be careful not to get caught out. That's just an int.
Now, just wanting to get a bit of a view of this crate, seeing what's inside of it. The care package, we've got the MK14 with an 8x scope, a level 3 backpack, and extended quick draw for a mag. It's a pretty juicy loot, Bobby, but there's no one there.
Yeah, they're not going to worry about that one anytime soon. You got to get to the circles. Everyone was pretty much spawned on the opposite side, so there's no point going to a crate if you can't even get to the circle yet.
Well, we actually just had our first death, and that was Somatic, who was driving by himself. He runs into Sunny and co, and they take him out for the first death of the match.
Yeah, well, it was the first person caught out of position. Anyway, so I felt like his death was inevitable when he was. Why do you think he was separated from his team? Like, why would he be on his own?
I have no idea. Maybe looking to get position to try and find somewhere that they could set up. But just watching I Love Spaghetti here, unfortunately taking a bit of team damage from Cheeses. Jam Gaming trying to kill each other first, it seems.
Look, we say spread the jam, but it's not literal. You don't spread it onto your teammates, all right, boys? Just help each other, all right? Don't need to knock each other down. He loves spaghetti. He doesn't love death.
Blue Zone starting to make its way in now, and still quite a few teams that are quite far out. In fact, Hades, as we were just talking before, he's just found himself the Darcia now, and he's going to be making his way in. It's not really a huge distance, per se, but it's just a matter of when you get in, Bobby, where do you go?
Oh, have a look. There's a team like Champs, I think his name was. They're just on the outside of the circle. They need to have a vehicle.
Uh-oh.
To get in. Oh, X-Stol, mate. Get it out. He opens fire on the motorcycle, but he's going to be able to get away. Now, he's put himself in a bad position because he's just alerted everyone in the area where he's at.
Yeah, that's Atletico there. Pongo took a couple of shots from I believe it was the quad bike, in fact, and he's able to at least get to safety, but that could have been disastrous to lose a player early on like that. And as you said, though, X-Stol's now giving away his position.
And
so they've left.
They probably want to get... well, Atletico's still chilling there, but X-Stol's, he's just going to bail, go to the other side. Away, but Neferhall probably might spot him as he comes across towards the road. There he goes. He's got to get some shots off onto him, but he's going to go and have that terrain to help him out, and he should be able to make a swift escape.
Able to get over thanks to the terrain. Just having another quick little look and see some of the teams who maybe are lagging behind. Speaking of lagging behind, God69 is completely separated, and he's got a convoy coming right behind him.
Yeah, that's the team I was talking about before that we're going to get caught out.
Oh boy.
So you need to run, mate. I don't think the legs are going to be fast enough, mate. He's just going to have to choke one, mate. I think that's they're going to come last place. So the gas defeats all. I don't care how strong.
Well, they've definitely spotted him. P for Potato getting the knockdown, and the Edge is going to get the kill. So God69 out of here. So another kill there. Heifer, by the way, getting the knockdown onto Mavgod. So again, it's Atletico now putting the pressure. He's got X-Tol in his sights. X-Tol really low.
Yep. Well, Atletico, they've got week one on their brain. They came in last place, so they have a lot to make up for tonight. And this is a good start, getting some early frags.
It's Neferhall getting the double kill there, finishing off X-Tol and Mavgod. So Atletico, good start for them.
Good to see, because Neferhall, wasn't he rated as one of the best in Australia? Well, that's what he was saying anyway.
I mean, that's what he would say, but yeah, he is very talented. Circle has moved again. It's moved a little bit more inwards. Still, a lot of the ocean is in play here, which means there's less land.
So what are these guys doing down the bottom? They just accepted their fate? Or do you think they'll actually make it? So Champs. What team is this? Is his name Champs? Yeah, Champs.
Champs, yeah.
They might just make it. I guess it's because it's the first circle. It doesn't take too much health off you. But god damn it, they've taken their sweet ass time. They better have some good loot on them.
Well, they definitely have some meds available as they are making their way in. I believe they'll get there in time, no doubt about that. But as you said, you know, with all the time that took for them, they better have some loot to pay for, to show for it. Interestingly enough, down the bottom, NZ Snapshot and Unique and Co, they are pretty close to that crate, and they're the only ones there who would potentially be able to get it. Yeah,
they've got time, and they'll be able to set up a base as well, and they're still inside the circle again, so they don't even have to worry about moving for quite some time. And you have a look up here on the northern side of the circle, Xenox. There's a lot of crews together, especially still some people on the outer edge of that blue circle. Those guys down there towards the crate, they're in the best position right now to take out the #1 spot.
Definitely. You know, when you consider though, you probably don't want to be down the bottom at the edge of this hill along the beach line. So maybe NZ Snapshot's team will want to look to move their position slightly. But I mean, this circle has literally had has included half the ocean the entire time within this circle. Resolve's taking some shots at Merrick. Unfortunately, only a couple of shots were able to land, so not much. Well, he actually gets another shot to land. I think Merrick actually taking fire from Vasily as well, so running into two teams, just decides to dive for it into the ocean.
Well, I guess that's what happens in half the circles in the ocean anyway. But Merrick, he will live another day. Maybe cool off, soothe those wounds with that salt water, disinfect. Still 15 teams remaining, but 52 alive. Still plenty of action still to come. As you're mentioning, it was the slow start. Only a few deaths. Pretty much everyone's made their way inside the blue circle, but there's only 45 seconds remaining, Xenox.
Yeah, only 40 seconds remaining, and as you said, most have made their way in. A lot, though. Still, a couple outside. In fact, Proficient and Ceterix still on the outside of the blue zone. Interestingly enough, so they got a long way to go. 51 alive as Heifer gets a kill onto Spaggy. Atletico is still held in that compound, and they're fighting to get the finishing kill onto Schmed at the moment, who is able to get a heal up.
Just, but he's in a world of hurt because there is nowhere for you to hide behind, except behind that flaming truck. And Neferhor, they'll be able to scout him out there.
Yep.
So Pongo finished him off.
Yeah, Pongo getting the finishing kill there. Happy Novitas as well, dying. So Atletico definitely looking to bounce back here in week 2, and they are doing it so far, picking up some early kills as Jam Gaming taking some shots, some long-range shots onto Deaths Won't Kill You. Long-range shots, though, no, unable to hit so far.
Yeah, probably won't get too much onto that vehicle, but maybe slow it down. But everyone pretty much knows on the northern side at the moment there's a lot of firefight going on as he's spotted more up on the hill. So Jam Gaming, they've done a good job. All members still alive, and they've got plenty of vehicles to allow them to move anywhere around into the white zone.
So we got the blue zone coming in now. And so far, still 49 alive as well, Bobby. Considering the circle and where it's placed, you know, I would have expected more kills so far.
Is Bouncy just going around to the islands and collecting loot?
I think he's island hopping or island shopping.
Oh my god. So hopefully that pays off for Jam because they've got one less player with someone going around collecting loot. Didn't work out earlier for, what was his name that he drove in on the motorbike and was all alone for his team and scouted out and died. So,
oh, that was Somatic. Yes, earlier on.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least for Bouncy, there's no one over towards the islands. But as this circle gets even closer, we're going to see some carnage. 49 alive. A lot long now until we see who's going to be standing tall.
Yeah, Atletico just holding the outer edge of the white circle up north a little bit right now. So again, shots from Jam Gaming looking to take out Deaths Won't Kill You. He's just driving around at the moment. Let's try and get a closer look at that, but right now still unable to really land any of those shots.
Well, I'm quite bunched here. There's 3 crews, and then a 4th one coming around from the west. So I can't really see which team names are there, so Twitch, I'm sorry that I can't say the names. This is my first time here, so I haven't picked up all the team names just yet based on each person's name. So bless PUBG for the screen sharing here. Makes things a little bit difficult for me to read team names. I swear I'm not that dyslexic, alright?
It's hard to read, Bobby. It is hard to read. It's even harder to read when you can barely even see it, but that's okay. As it looks like Dak here taking some shots onto Electric as Extreme 2G gets a knockdown onto Edge as well. And Extreme 2G getting a second knockdown. This one onto P for Potato. So, putting in some effort there.
Needs to be careful. The Jam are opting to take the ocean. It's because they're scattered out here. My haters and his boys, Merrick. So they're trying to stop Jam from escaping, but a lot of them have managed to get away, especially if Bouncy's got some meds for the boys because he has been island shopping.
Oh, he better. He better have some. So, not shot here. The He's with Biggie J. We'll see what Biggie J is up to. Last two, he's taking some shots up to Bouncy Butts here, actually. So maybe no more islands to hop to if he gets knocked off his speedboat. Oh, Biggie J, though, getting shot at.
So Team Immunity. I haven't seen them around for quite some time in esports, but it's good to see them still around picking up a team for PUBG.
Yep. One of the older organisations in Australia.
Yeah, I remember back in the CS Source days. Same with like Atletico, Chiefs. There's a lot of orgs here. Tainted Minds. But Azure currently number 1. How many members of Azure are still alive? You got all of them?
What are their names?
Dak, Skidders.
Ah, Dak, yes. Yeah, no, they're still alive. They're still up and about. All 4 of them.
They can perform well here. They could even extend the gap, so the ones you want to check out, they're in a pretty good position as well. All 4 members still in close proximity. They look down on the road. They're about to spot someone from, I think it's Immunity. It's number 6, so Biggie and Nutshot. They've only got 2 members left, so they're the ones who have been caught out into the ocean. I apologize. I think I was saying Jam before, but they had similar color to the Jam Gaming guys. It's Bouncy. He's on the opposite side to his team. They're perched up in the middle of the white zone, whereas Bouncy is all alone in the ocean.
Well, Biggie J just getting some revenge there with the knockout and then the final kill onto Kazi. So after being pinned down for so long from Ronan and Kikamukau, he's able to at least get some sort of revenge as he's still waiting for Nutshot to keep on swimming. The circle did move, by the way, and the blue zone is coming in now. There is a hell of a lot less ocean now.
Yeah, that's a lot better for everyone involved, players and spectators. Unless you want to see an ocean battle. Has that ever happened where the circle's completely in the ocean? That'd be hilarious.
I don't think... I mean, I've seen some funny Reddit posts where the final circle's in the ocean and everyone just sort of swims, and the last one to get lucky. Neverhore taking some long-range shots onto Kozzy. And Kozzy is in a bit of no man's land at the moment. Quite a distance away from Kasoon, etc. Although they are actually pushing in a little bit. So, looking to finish off Like a Pot, who is just holding here. He's got 2 outside of this room.
See the infiltration. It's a raid, boys. Someone is trying to get out the window. You better be quick, mate, because the SWAT team's on your heels, and he's just got to run. He doesn't want anything to do with this. He knows he's outnumbered, so he gets out just in time.
Yeah, able to get out. Kazoon and Nick still think he's in there somewhere, but he's just absolutely split.
He's high on hell. He's already gone to the mountains. He's off the grid.
Well, Atletico and Atletico Academy having a little bit of a long-range fight at the moment. Mostly coming from Atletico. They're playing a bit differently here tonight. They're holding more on the outside of the circle. A bit of an older strategy, moving away from the meta of sort of trying to get that, middle ground within the white circle. And so far it's paying off for them as Chung getting a knockdown onto Gerps. So we'll have a look and see Gerps here. He's in open area. Hazy trying to cover him with some smokes.
He also doesn't have any pants whatsoever, so you want to get some pants if you're in a battle, mate. He's holding onto him. Maybe he's gonna have any pants.
Chung has just thrown an absolute huge grenade. It's not only finished off Gerps, but he's taken out Hazy as well. And look how far he was as well. Nice nade from Chung, although now he's taking a bit of fire. He has to try and make his way towards some of the safe buildings here.
What a grenade.
Well, this is the part of PUBG, Bobby, where things really start to pick up, and it's essentially just kill feed reading because you can't catch all of the action. Extreme 2G was able to get 2 knockdowns, and then he gets finished off. There's some shots here from Crouchman looking at Heifer and the Atletico boys. There's Neverhawk getting the knockdown onto Cheeses. They've pushed right in as well. Now Pongo taking shots at the double J_G. Gets the knockdown with a bit of help from Linksy. So Atletico putting in a bit of pressure as Flood as well. He's going to get finished off from Blackout NZ. Pongo gets the kill into double J. And there's 35 alive.
Yep. That's some Atletico and Jam action. As Jam have some casualties, Atletico in a lot better position. They'll be feeling better about themselves now, knowing they're not going to be in last position this match. Get some extra points. Spaghetti. He just gets knocked down. Oh, unfortunate. Nefahor, he also gets knocked down, but his team will be out there to pick him up, and they'll eat the remains of Spaghetti.
Interesting from behind as well. Cozzy here. He's by himself now. And he's right behind Atletico. Could really just sneak up as you have a look at the map. He is just coming like a great white shark.
So look at those two IM guys left alive. The ones that were caught out in the ocean. They're still together.
Yep.
Biggie and Nutshot, just down there.
Close to Bouncy
Bouncy butts from Jam. So maybe that pay off for you, Jam. If you had Bouncy, he was going from island to island and he's managed to stay alive. Maybe that's a strat, though. Like, even if you get taken out, you still have someone left alive for the points.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to at least try and have one alive. If you kind of lose your squad earlier, you sort of go into hide mode and try and do as best you can. We've got 12 teams alive at the moment, 32 players in total. Cozzy is just in here. And if he had have been in third person, he would have been able to see Nefahor sort of dancing around in front of him. But such is first person. He's got a big tree in his face.
And we're going to see more fire, more action down here by the coast. Nefahor, he's not... Cozy, I don't think Cozy wants to give up any position. I think even if he does spot Nefahor, I don't think he's going to take any shots, because even if he does knock down Nefahor, he still has to deal with two more people taking shots of him, and he can't run backwards.
So the IM boys are pinned down at the moment by Dak and Hades. Merrick and Ovtala are holding still that high ground. Circle has got 25 seconds until the blue zone pushes in, and it's quite a hilly area that this is finished on. You know, for a desert map, this is the probably the greenest part of the entire map that we're in.
Nice and lush by the coast. That's what we want. All right. As you look over down there back at the coast, there's going to be several people right next to each other as they're coming down the road. Yep. So we can see if we can get the camera just over there, because they're about to clash each other. Just right there. I am, and I believe, who is that? Lotto.
We've got Ludo Tio, and we've got Proficient and Twitch Lucid Freak all coming in behind the Team Immunity boys here, and Nutshot and Biggie J. As Hades has spotted them, actually, with that high ground advantage that they have. They're able to obviously just look on down.
So I'm trying. What team is that? I just want to make sure I get it more right.
Ludo Tio, Ludo.
Yeah. I'm trying to go through them.
Control F, Bobby. Control F.
Control F. It doesn't matter. It's going to take too long.
Yeah. Hades, anyway. Headlow getting knocked down onto Cozzy, so Cozzy wasn't able to survive too much longer. And now it's the Atletico boys taking fire. Pongo getting hit, and they're just having to book it here as that blue zone's coming in, so they're going to have to move in a bit more east. Have spotted Headlow's group with Crouchman and Deaths Won't Kill You. We'll hold up at the moment. Sunny able to just get through.
Ooh, we've cut down pretty quickly here. We're down to 28 alive.
Yep. Cham's getting
blue zone.
The double kill.
Blue zone has about to finish now. Everyone nice and snug all together. Sunny, he's been knocked down. He needs to be careful. He has his team there to help him out.
Ooh,
but that zone! He's going to stay inside. Luckily.
Crouchman, though, is down. Atletico pushing in. 9 teams alive. Heifer, though, knocked down by Headlow. Good return fire. Lengthy and Pongo, though, are coming. Lengthy, a bit of a new member for Atletico, in fact, as well. I believe it's his first outing with them, and he gets knocked down by Death Won't Kill You. Great defense coming out here. Nefahor, what can he do? There's a nade in front of him. Just missing, though.
He'll be alright. He knows there's a couple of people caught inside there, and he has the advantage of being closer into the zone. They're going to have to pass him if they want to move in towards the white zone. So he's just going to hold his position at the moment. And his team moving well. He
Champs.
needs to be careful not to waste too much ammo as well, because like, he doesn't have much ammo left.
He's had the 4 kills so far. Defs won't kill you, though. Knocked down by Pongo, so Atletico starting to fire back. Heifer's still down, and I don't see a way for them to get him back up here. He's just crawling for dear life. Defs won't kill you, though. He did get knocked down. He is going to be able to get revived. Champs died before, by the way, as Satyrix gets the knockdown and kill onto Resolves. That circle's pushing in, though, and this is a chance for Atletico to finish him off and keep moving forward.
Latest Heifer, he'll die to the gas. Nevermore, he's still going to hold it and make sure that they're going to have to earn their spot to get through the blue zone. He's doing a fantastic job. Great positioning. He needs to keep looking over here to his left, and he'll be fine. But as the zone comes a little bit closer, they'll readjust and hold a different position.
They wipe them out. 8 teams left now, 19 alive in total. Atletico's got a bit of space for themselves here. Although Lynxy actually down and finished off by Unique. They're getting long-range shots at them. Pongo, by the way, finished off as well. This just leaves Neferhor now alive. They were finished off, I believe, by Crush's team over here. That's a long distance.
A bit of a stretch. All those teams that were sitting down by the coast haven't had to move at all. They've been blessed by these RNG zones that kept them over the one position. So the people that were originally in a bad spot and had to run and like swim, now they're in one of the best spots.
Blue zone moving in again, very slowly though, especially where we're seeing Satyrix. Merrick getting the kill into Vasily as Dak gets knocked down, so that high ground advantage losing some of its potential here. As of course, as the circle sort of moves in further. Neferhor completely alone now for Atletico. Still 7 teams alive, so whatever from this point for Atletico, they've improved on their performances already in the first week. And Zed Sat shot getting the knockdown onto Biggie J. Finally, Team Immunity, who've been in this house for so long, take a bit of damage here, but it is going to be Nutshot getting the revive onto Biggie.
And also, the Azure, who is currently rank 1, is still alive as well. So if anyone wants to gain points on the #1 team, they have to make sure that they take down Azure. But I'm not too sure how the point system works, so you might be able to just skip up really quickly if you... I don't know, because there's 4 rounds. Well, you have to tell me about how the point system works later. Because we've still got a lot of fire here as Nutshot gets taken out. Nicely done. I think that's everyone from IM. Who's oh no, we still got Biggie J, but he's the lonesome soldier. Same with Bouncy for Jam.
Yep, Biggie J still alive. But for how much longer is the question. Only 2 total kills as well. As Proficient opens the door. And for Biggie, could be his last moments here. Knockdown grenade actually into Lucid Freak as Dak gets the finishing kill. Fight still happening everywhere right now, but here we go. Satyrix and Biggie J. Biggie J just closes the door and says, no thank you. No sales for me today.
He's just going to go upstairs, so he's in a position to at least defend himself. But that zone is moving in, and they're gonna have to move. So, Serix, how long do you want to stay for this kill? Biggie J off behind him. Oh, he's gonna get the shots off. Nice play. Biggie J take a bump. Now he's gonna get himself. Oh, what? Double and a triple. This man is on a mission. Now you need to get inside the white zone. Just leave them there for the gas. Get out of there, son.
Oh, Biggie J with the clutch plays, unfortunately dies to Unique, making his way back in. But what he did, Bobby, is he wipes out a team, getting those 3 kills as well, puts them up a higher place, gets them the kills points as... that outstanding play from Biggie J. I'm so glad we were able to capture that. Of all the things we could have captured, that was the one.
You did well there, mate. You did well.
Well, 4 teams alive. That's 7 in total. Neverhor's still alive for Atletico, though he's been found out and killed by Merrick quickly. As I said it, he goes down. 3 teams left. We've got a 3v2v1. Bouncy Butts for Jam Gaming is still alive, and he's holding on.
Oh. Just drop my mic. Sorry.
So, Team Azure, Bobby, they've still got 3 alive here. Looking very likely to take this one out.
Please get them on the payroll. They're the next big thing. Look at them. 3 alive. clear favorites. Bouncy Butts. He's kept Jam in 3rd place, so he's done a great job. Then we still have Crush, which is which team is this?
So we've got Unique and Crush, who are from Team Sway. They finished, or they're 6th at the moment in the leaderboards. So
So this is good for Jam. They're all 12th, so
Yep.
they're going to be able to jump up. And Sway, they're 6th, so they'll jump up a little bit in the rankings. And Azure, you can imagine they're just going to hold on to 1st place.
yeah, they'll hold on to 1st place. So this could be huge, especially if Bouncy Butts is able to stay alive to get that 2nd place finish for Jam Gaming, and hope that Sway and Azure are able to wipe each other out. As you can see, Unique's going to have to push in here, and he's got Dak aiming right at him.
Getting the shots off. Unique. Needs to be careful. He's quite low. Dak. Beautiful. Look at Azure. They're just counting down the numbers. 4 left alive. All they have to do is take out Bouncy, and then they get themselves another 1st place finish.
Well, we saw a 3K before from Biggie J. Has Bouncy Butts got it in him as well? He does spot Optala. He gets the 1st knockdown. He doesn't know where the others are. Dak is actually quite low, but unfortunately, you got to be quicker than that. Merrick takes the opportunity, and that is round 1 completed, Bobby. So Azure take out 1st place, and 2nd place goes to Jam Gaming. They didn't get a single kill, but they got 2nd place.
So how do the points work? Do you get more... See, I'm going to sound like a total noob on the stream, but do you get more points based on your kills as well?
You do. You get 7 points per kill. So if you
So
get
who got the most kills? This is you. I get a lot of kills as well. That's pretty crazy. And Nephahor, he got 5 for his team. So they got 10 kills. I think that's the most.
Yeah, so that's...
Azure got 9.
That would be... Yeah, so if you were to look at, say, 4th place, which is where Atletico finished, that's 100 points for finishing 4th, and then an extra 70 points because they got 10 kills, so they ended up with 170 points. But we will go to a quick break while we get the 2nd map sorted and get that server up and running, and then we'll be back with game number 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Esports Underground PUBG OCE Invite Division. I'm Xenox, and once again, I'm joined by Bobby J. Bobby, we're getting into the second map of the 4 tonight.
Ooh, it's exciting stuff because I just saw you doing your fantastic job there, just calculating up some brilliant amount of points. Oh no, you're doing the number. Oh no, you were doing the number. I was doing the same thing too. You did it for me. I thought you were doing the points. God,
No, I don't need to do the points. There's other people to do the points. And that goes up, obviously, on the website. Just again, going over the rules. No red zone, of course. We've got 2 times AR, 1.5 attachment, 1.5 ammo, 1.5 scopes, and 1.5 meds. We are on Miramar again. It's going to be Miramar all night tonight. And going over the teams, which we do have, Bobby, for us to now see the numbers of the teams. And obviously, that'll help a little bit.
I was trying to go through like the website while I was casting to see what the teams were what, but it's just a horrible technique.
So looking at the scoring again, Bobby, 7 points per kill. Obviously, first place is 200, second 150, third 125. But down the bottom, 14th, 15th, and 16th get 0 points. So the first 3 teams out get nothing.
Whoa! So that ain't good. That ain't good at all. So, who was out first last?
I have no idea. Don't ask me that.
Okay, throwing you under the bus. Okay, no different from casting Overwatch.
Yeah.
Straight under the bus. So that's why I do play-by-play, because I like to ask the questions, and I didn't get thrown under the bus.
Exactly, that's the best thing. 13th gets 10 points, 12th gets 20, 11th 30, etc. So really, as a team, you'd be wanting to aim for, especially 10th plus, basically, has to be a minimum.
Yeah. Well, I like top 4 because you say 4th gets 100.
Yep.
So yeah, like top 4 plus getting some kills. If you stay consistently in the top 4, then you're gonna be pretty good. Pretty good.
Well,
as we've seen from Azure.
I think that's the thing with PUBG is it's about being consistent. You don't have to get a chicken dinner every single game, but if you're consistently in, say, that top 5, generally fighting it out for, first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, and getting a lot of kills along the way, you're going to be doing really well over the course. It's a long league. I believe this goes to like early June or something. So there's a lot of games to be played, and it's about the consistency.
Yeah. I like that. It's a different approach from like a lot of games where it's just you have to win your match, and that's it. Whereas this is just staying consistent, and it really does show you like who is better at this. There's no flukes involved, so there's no tilt. Just don't tilt and just stay consistent. And that's it, and that's what we've seen from the likes of Azure so far.
I think you can say that for a lot of esports, Bobby. Don't tilt.
Yeah, but that's it's a lot harder. Like when say like Counter-Strike and Overwatch, where you have to win your match.
Yeah,
Whereas
definitely.
This, you just need to stay in that top 5, as you're saying, over the course of the season, and you're good. But that's a lot harder said than doing it, of course, because we have 16 teams, so it is still pretty hard to get up into the top 5.
Definitely, as the players start to make their way out of the plane, it's what I would say probably the best plane you could probably ask for Miramar in a sense. I mean, coming right down from prison, shooting all the way up to Campo Military. I mean, that is just directly across.
Yeah, look at Dak. He's gone a little bit lonesome all the way up the top to get some extra loot up there. Oh no, he had someone underneath. Oh no, they're all underneath. Okay, that just unfolds my little thing there. Everyone was hiding underneath Dak. Thanks, boys.
Yes, they all like to hide under each other. Interesting to note, actually, with Atletico Academy, they didn't have Carnage last game, so they only had the 3 players. Carnage is a good friend of mine, Bobby. I used to play a lot of PUBG with him, so he's my second biased person to look at. It just so happens that it's Atletico for Neferhor and Atletico Academy for Carnage, but there's no biasy in terms of casting. I hope they both die miserably.
We have two orgs that aren't strangers to each other down here close to, which is Chiefs. and team immunity. So knowing each other in the Counter-Strike community for quite some time. So there's no love lost between there. So they're in Del Mar. Is that how you say it? Valle Del Mar?
Valadama. I think you said it
Vala-
perfectly.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Looking at Biggie J here, Bobby, he got that massive triple kill at the end of the last game, jumping off the balcony and just wiping them out. That's probably the best play of an individual I've seen in PUBG ever. I mean, and I haven't watched a lot of PUBG, so that would be why. But I mean, that was still just absolutely huge.
Yeah, hopefully we did the Twitch clip justice and they got to share that around because that's worthy of a good moment to get into a montage.
Definitely. Looking at the circle, completely opposite side of the map from what we saw in Game 1. There's only the little valley here.
Well,
That's about it of water.
what makes things interesting is Azure is the furthest team from the circle, so they have the hardest road to get back. So if they want to earn a #1 spot again, they have to do the hard road.
Definitely. Although from what we've seen, a lot of the times it doesn't necessarily matter too much if you are in a little bit too late. It's not a big deal. You can change the way you play a little bit. You know, we saw it from Atletico actually last game. They didn't really care at all about getting in the center of the circle. They were happy to just wait on the edge. That seemed to suit them fine. They got a lot of kills because of that.
Yep.
So these players are good, Bobby. They know how to adjust.
Yeah. Well, one team was very good at cleaning up on the outer edge of the white zone or the blue zone was Atletico. And you have to take a look. Atletico are once again in a good position to catch out people trying to get into the white zone because Nefahor cleaned up 5 kills and just watching people struggle to avoid the gas.
Yep. They were able to get a lot of kills. They finished in 4th place as well. And, you know, they had a lot of struggles last week in week 1. Very low placings. I believe they're in like the bottom 3 on the leaderboard or something, you know, coming into tonight. So, and for a team that had a lot of promise considering they just came back from overseas and, you know, represented Australia and have been performing in the region so well over the last, you know, few months or so, that was a very disappointing week for them. And what we saw in game 1 was more to their standards.
Yeah, well, I guess if you've come from a long road of just a lot of games, especially being overseas, you might just get burnt out and want to have a bit of a break. So was last week like their first game back after a while?
I'm not particularly sure if it was their very, very first game back. I mean, obviously, it might have been their very first competitive game since coming back, but I believe they probably would have played some scrims or at least played together anyway. And yeah, so who knows? You know, maybe it could have just been a really bad night, just you know, one of those nights. And that's really what PUBG can do: is you can have those lucky nights and you can have those unlucky nights.
Well, so far they've done quite a good job. They racked up an extra 70 points due to 10 kills and then 100 points from coming 4th. So they will definitely bounce up the ladder. But it's all about what we were saying, consistency of staying in that top 5. So if Atletico can do that tonight, they will find themselves in a lot better position going into week 3.
I just love this little exchange of guns here between Slags and and Lycopot. This is DB.
Try not to laugh because I'm finishing what I'm saying.
DBP. It's like a drug deal, Bobby. It's a drug deal.
Well, the desert's one place you want to do it. That's for sure. The right setting for it. Reminds me of a lot of movies out there on the Mexican border.
DBP Esports, they got that care package. Wasn't able to really see what was inside of it. They got there pretty quickly. A lot of teams, though, still just continue to happily loot. They got 40 seconds until that blue zone comes, though, but plenty of time.
Especially down the bottom, I can't see what team they are because they're in vehicles, but they've got the whole island to themselves. Minas del Sur. They've got that to themselves, and over there in the prison, that's a lot of loot that these boys can get their hands on, and then just easily go up into the white zone.
And that's Sway there, as we're watching Snapshot drive off into the sunset so casually.
See you, mate.
So, blue zone is going to be incoming now. A couple of shots being fired here, actually, by Carnage Esports onto Greyhound Gaming, but they're going to back out for now.
Twitch Sunny BGs. Go check him out. Sunny BGs. Go follow him right now. Shout out to you, mate. I know a lot of people maybe cringe at Twitch being in the name, but you gotta hustle, mate.
You gotta hustle on the streets.
If his team can win tonight, get a chicken dinner, I will follow you and I will tweet you out on Twitter and share your stream, mate. So you also got that to play for.
Interesting here.
You got a plug from the old Bobby J.
Kasoon here from the Hench Kids taking shots at Kikamuka, but also taking shots is Sunny BGs and his crew. So close to each other. Kasoon should be well and truly aware of this, but he is not interested in fighting just yet. And that's the thing, Bobby. It's a very slow-paced meta because teams just aren't interested in fighting early on unless they have to.
And the Hench Kids, they're in 3rd place at the moment on the leaderboard, so I want to make sure they can keep that going. And under fire is not a good place to be this early on. So we've got 60 people alive and plenty of time to go. 15 teams. So did we already drop a team or did we just missing a team tonight?
Tainted Minds is not here tonight. They've gone overseas for PGL.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
good for the Australian region to have organizations go overseas and represent in any game.
So what are the prizes? Take us through the prizes, mate, of this league. The esports on the ground.
Well, PUBG's prizes are a bit scarce at the moment, Bobby.
Well, we'll have to get that.
Jukesy getting the kill onto IGRD there as well. I believe that was the first kill of the game.
Nicely done.
15 teams still alive, though.
We're talking about like prizes being scarce, but the game's only pretty new, yeah. So it will come. I expect PUBG maybe to be at IEM. I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, obviously the big tournaments overseas, the big ones, obviously, but it's a growing esport. It's Carnage playing in his first game tonight, looking to see if he can get some kills.
Well, as the years have been rolling on, OCE has been getting more and more esports events. Now having newly formed contenders, which is a nice bit of money. Like a pot, just trying to get some shots off, and then we've got IEM coming up in May. So there are a lot of esports in Australia at the moment that are offering money. So PUBG keeps the candle burning. We can expect the same, especially if teams are going overseas.
GURPS just got knocked down by Like a Pot. X-Style's going to get him up. So, Angry Smurfs taking on DBP Esports. Angry Smurfs are quite angry right now. They're going to have to try and vacate the area. GURPS able to heal up behind the tree. It's the only cover he's got right now, so he's just going to have to book it here. I hope he doesn't take any more damage because he's only got an energy drink left, no other meds.
That's all you need, mate. Get through. Get the hydration there to get through the desert. Get the caffeine. Keep your brain pumping. Here is Ronon, 47. DZ Resurge. Get a nice little view there. They're in a pretty good, nice little comfy spot out here. They've even got a windmill. Xenox to check to see if there's going to be a tornado anytime soon.
I don't believe so. I'm not a weatherman, but I don't think there'll be any tornadoes coming soon. There will be a blue zone though, and it's making its way in to the circle. As you can see, a lot of the teams now have made their way in, and it's getting quite cramped.
Eventually, they've made their way in. People coming in from the, they've gone around towards the west, and now they're coming in from the northwest. Go have a look. Northwest, I think they're coming from. That's weird that they've got a couple of members. Look over there from the northwest. Isn't there?
Yeah, got Bouncy Butts and Jam Gaming.
Yeah. Oh, he's over there.
Yeah, northwest.
I see. Look over there. Why do they? Because they started northeast. They've gone all the way around. got some loot, and that's a pretty smart. Like they probably don't know that there's probably players that they've avoided, but in hindsight, that's worked out really well for them because they've come in pretty much unscathed from the northwest side.
Well, right now, Gem Gaming's not unscathed.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus, you might need Jesus to get out of here, mate.
Try and bounce their way into the blue zone, but Circle did move again, close to Valle del Mar. A lot of teams already in there. It's Chumakera. Loving these names. Cozzy taking quite a bit of damage from Incognito here. The clutch on. Who's just...
He doesn't want none of that.
He has just completely ditched his team. What? Where's he going?
Laters, boys. He's got a date with destiny. He's out of there.
Oh. Maybe he's going to go for the flank here.
Or the crate. Maybe the crate.
No, the crate's already been looted, but I think he's trying to go for a. I originally assumed he was going for a wraparound here onto Carnage Esports, who are pinned down a little bit right now, taking shots from Greyhound Gaming as well. Untainted, who's tainted a little bit. He's got plenty of meds to heal up, which is what he's going to be doing.
Which is surprising to me. Like I suppose maybe he just wants to heal up first before he goes in and start the pincer. Slegs getting some damage down from afar.
Chung getting a knockdown onto GURPS.
Where's that?
It's hard to see.
Oh,
I'm looking
over here. The IM might have some business happening over there on the northwest side. And below.
No, here we go. We got Chung here. He's picked up 2, and he's got Xtol and Mavgod. Oh.
In the smoke. Come on, just escape, mate! Take a shot. There he is, right in the back. Exitol. He's going up the cliff. He knows he needs to get up there, but the sun rays are in his eyes. He doesn't have... Oh, he does have a chance. Because Chung has let them escape.
Well, he's let Xtol go for now. He's found a little bit of hiding spot. Unfortunately, the rest of his team's dead. And also, unfortunately, Xtol, that blue zone is coming right for you.
Yeah, he's in the world of hurt. No, he has one teammate, but he's like on the ground. He's going to die.
He is going to die.
So, Mavgod, Exetel, say your final words, please, boys. Because this is it.
Heifer getting knocked down by Slegs, who's got that silenced org as well. So, Atletico in a bit of a tricky position right now.
Go to IM is out. There's gunfire. Biggie J is shooting.
Whoa.
Here we go. This is where I was talking about before, where IM are going to get crept up on. And now we see the firefighters, Nutshot, doing a good job to hold on to the crew. There's a couple of them were under fire, resolves. Now he's just pointing out, but Nutshot, he's going to rotate and get into a better position, Zettel.
He's got Wolf there as well. Biggie J and Electric, they're all pushing in. Ludatio was able to get a knockdown on himself with the vehicle, runs himself over. That's generally what you like to do. Kick a mook out with a kill onto Death won't kill you. Well, he definitely won't kill you now. Resolves was able to get that heal after he took a huge shot from Nutshot. So now he's looking for a flank.
He's chilling up on the northwest side. He's trying to get himself in a different position on team immunity, as they do have the high ground advantage, and Nutshot, he's been in a good position to cover for his team, but if Resolves can rotate around, pick out Nutshot, and get himself inside that house, he'll be able to help out his team quite well.
As you can see, Wolf and Biggie, none of them actually saw Resolves here with the flank, and he's going to come up right behind team immunity. He's going to pump the energy drink, try and get back up to full health, and he's got the level 3 helmet as well. That's just the police vest, but it could be enough here. Although the problem is he doesn't really know where Notshot is at the moment. He's got to be careful here.
Wait, is his team dead now? Has he got a couple?
No, they're all still alive. It's Pathogen. Vasily, though, out of the blue zone, he's in a little bit of trouble with his position at the moment. As Yeti Aztec, as you can see, just north, he's coming in with the vehicle. That's the rest of Resolve's team for Pathogen. There's going to be a grenade coming in. That's a bit ambitious.
Man, I think he would have been better off just going for a nut shot and getting inside that house.
Well, Nutshot's staying here while the rest of Team Immunity is packing up and leaving. Nutshot finally is going to make his way out of the house, and he might get spotted here by Resolves if he's not careful.
Yeah.
Although Resolves takes a big cliff. He is following intently here.
He's been doing a good job. He was able to avoid a lot of the fire from Immunity, and now he can spot out Nutshot. He's got time on his hands. Nutshot, he's going to go with...
Got a hit.
Let's see what he can get. That was a nice shot, but he needs to take him out quickly before the rest of Resolve's team turns up. But he's just going to hightail it out of there, get down the hill.
Yep, able to get down the hill for now. He did at least land one shot onto Resolves. A bit of a message, a warning, stay away. That circle's coming in though, so all the players are going to have to get in near Chumakera. So, Atletico Academy have got a very nice high ground position here, actually, when you consider the area. And he's in the play zone at the moment. Kazi getting the kill onto Sunny BGS, so it doesn't look like he's going to be winning this one, Bobby.
Nah, dire times for him, mate. There's Jam. They're in a good position as well. But they do have Incognito moving in on them, so we might see a little bit of fire there. But up here on the high ground is Chiefs, with two of their members. But Linksy from Atletico is nearby as well. Just far away from his team.
To see, yeah, Nick's got knocked down. He's pretty far from Somatic and Kozzy, who are starting to just make their way into the circle now. So he's probably left for dead, and Edge will finish him off. So Chiefs get the kill. But they are all grouped up here with Champs and P for Potato, obviously quite close by. Actually, we do have another crate here. We'll let's have a look and see if we can have a look at it. Nope. 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 This way. Nope. Good. Nope. That's not it. Okay, this is... I'm just getting completely cocked right now, so we're going to fly over to this crate and have a quick little squiz.
There we go.
In the meantime, we get a nice little overview flying shot of Atletico, Nefahor and Pongo there. Possibly making their way towards it, and it looks like they are. So
inside.
I've got the AUG and the extended quick draw mag. So really not a massive crate from what we've seen in recent pasts. You know, just one gun and a you know, attachment. It's not really sort of a crate you want to die for, as we're seeing in the big battle here between Team Immunity. As unfortunately for Biggie J, gets knocked down. No massive plays this time around. Resolve's got knocked down as well though, and this means there could be a chance for Nutshot to get Biggie J up, and it looks like he will. Team first, don't leave a man behind.
Yeah, so it's Chiefs moving in on them.
For how long though? As it's as you said, Chiefs moving in here on Team Immunity.
Edge shooting through the grass. Has Wolf spotted. Needs to be careful because have another member there, but he gets both. Nice double kill for him. Now they're going to clean up. Biggie J has gone down as well. They just need to deal with Nutshot, and they've cleaned up Team Immunity.
Not much Nutshot's going to be able to do here. He's got too many players in front of him over the hill. Piva Potato actually getting a knockdown onto Kozzy. Fighting two battles at once. 30 seconds until the blue zone moves in. 13 teams still alive. 40 in total. For now, Nutshot is just going to keep on holding this position, and it looks like the Chiefs are going to leave him alive. A bit of a redemption here for Team Immunity. They might have a chance to get a higher placing because of it.
He's gonna slither down the hill like a snake. A little rattlesnake out in the desert. Nutshot AU.
Oh, he could be running right into Somatic though.
Oh, the Hedge kids. They might be giving themselves a free kill, a free 7 points coming their way. He's just resting there. He's probably heard Nutshot running around and heard some of those gunshots up on the hill. Yeah. He does have the terrain to help him out, Xenox. He will be able to avoid Somatic unless he pops his head up from the dune.
Well, Somatic is by himself right now, so he's not looking to get into any fights for the Hench kids. He's just looking for placing, but he might find trouble here. Nutshot's about to find a snake in the grass, and he gets absolutely bitten. Somatic pops up and finishes him off.
Well, The rattlesnake didn't have enough venom in his strike, and he finds the cobra in somatic. And
Moving
that's
on,
about
though.
it, so immunity wiped out now, Xenox.
Yeah, immunity's out of here pretty early on. 12 teams left. So I think that was probably, 13th place for Team Immunity. A bit of and that really highlights PUBG in a sense, as Neferhor gets the kill onto Somatic. That finishes off the Hench Kids. So 11 teams alive.
How many have we got left here for Atletico? 2 members left? Not 3?
Three members left. They've lost
I thought they were a bit of a... No. Okay. They got Neferhor.
Yeah, this they got Pongo, Neferhor, and Lynxie are still alive. The problem is Lynxie is absolutely nowhere near the rest of Atletico.
Oh my goodness.
Not even close. And he's got DZ Research just over the corner here. Cedric's Letatio, proficient. And they're going to be forced right on top of Lynxie. There's absolutely no way Lynxie stays alive here. He might try and get a knockdown and end a finishing kill. No, he doesn't get either. Letatio will get the kill onto Lynxie.
Yep, no.
So just 2 members of Atletico left. But, I mean, those 2 members, as you can see with Pongo and Neferhor, have got a chunk of space to themselves. Shots being fired, though. Gem Gaming getting into the thick of things here. I love Spaghetti. Reloading. As you can see, fighting over here. It's Incognito.
Incognito. Okay, so it's... Oh, well, you said Incognito. I thought you meant the area. I was like, okay. They were incognito.
Oh, I mean, they're Incognito, and they are also Incognito. But no, they're actually going to just run away at the moment. They're scared to take on the Jam. They don't want any part of it. So, 11 teams alive. Shots being fired at the...
Fight.
Yep. Atletico Academy. They've got Jam right behind him as they're looking to take some shots onto Greyhound Gaming long way away. And it's Externals taking shots onto Extreme 2G. And it's Jam Gaming just pushing up. Look how close they are.
Just got this little shack. Atletico. You need to be careful because they're about to spread the jam all over your shack. As the grenades go off, they infiltrate up here in the high ground. Nice and dumb cheeses. He cops a bullet to the dome. He's still got some members left. Nope, make that 1 remaining.
Oh, Externals. Oh, unfortunately, turns his back at the last second that you didn't want to. And I love Spaghetti. We'll be able to finish him off, and that wipes out Atletico Academy. 10 teams remaining. Jam Gaming. Doing pretty well tonight, although they've just lost I Love Spaghetti to NZ Snapshot. Here comes Sway. They're swaying on in, and there goes Jam. All rolling on down the hill.
Yeah. They clean up Sway. The vultures, the hyenas, taking the scraps. Nicely done. That's the way you want to play PUBG. You want to be a vulture, mate. You want to swoop in, get the kills for free, and then move on.
Definitely. Clutching though, down at the moment. And finished off completely by Edge. So, and they're in between 2 teams at the moment. I'm surprised Edge got that kill from such a distance for the Chiefs. Kazi down by like a pot as well. And I believe Atletico actually, I think Neferhor and Pongo completely died as well. I didn't see when they died, but they must have died at around the same time as their Academy brothers, as Critical Motion getting the kill onto Serb and Kikamukau as well falling to Like a Pot. Like a Pot putting in a lot of work here, and he's got Ronon hiding behind a tree. It doesn't quite work though, it doesn't stop bullets.
Yeah, DBP were the ones trying to get themselves in through to the white zone. Doing a good job so far. We only got 1 player left, by the way, for Azure. So, guys that came first last match, and then currently on top of the leaderboard, they have 1 man left in Dak. So, what can he do for his team? Can he be the miracle man? Or will they slip and potentially lose out on first place?
Interesting as well, Chung for Pathogen. As you can see, Bobby, it's just right in front of him. And they're both alone. They might have a peace pact here and decide, well, maybe we should both just stay alive, team up for the time being. But I don't think that's going to happen. The question is, will Dak be able to see Chung the second he sort of leaves this little area? He's got 50 seconds to just sit here, though, before the next blue zone moves into the next circle. As the Chiefs look to take ground advantage. Greyhound Gaming's in there as well and firing shots at the moment. Sway being very aggressive as they're trying to keep DZ Research at bay on the edge of the circle. And they get, well, the play zone gets a knockdown onto God 69.
There's the firefight going on now. God 69, as you mentioned, going down. DBC, DBP, doing a good job moving in. They're already like cleaned up before getting through to the zone, and now can they move forward even closer? And there's not a lot of teams left. 7, 19 alive. A couple of teams only have one member left. That being Azure.
Well, there's only 3 teams left that have got all 4 members. Blackout and Zed. He was hiding in the bushes. He gets spotted. So Greyhound Gaming, who's Blackout. That's very disastrous for Happy Navitas, who was hoping possibly for him to help out with a bit of a push there. Dak actually getting that kill into Chung, just going back to that situation. So he eventually popped up and found him and has taken his loot and his position. So big kill there for obviously Dak and Azure. 6 teams left, Bobby. Oh.
Position to be in. You can pretty much make the top 5. The Dak could even do that for Azure, even though he's the last man alive. So I mentioned before, he could find his team in the. Well, he has. He's made the top 5.
Yep.
So what an effort! Azure sneak their way in. They could even get further if he just stays alive and hides. We got the same for Greyhound Gaming.
Yep.
We haven't seen much of them at all, but they've had Happy stay alive throughout all this carnage. And they're just going to get some extra points.
Well, sometimes all you have to do is stay alive. Champ's trying to stay alive right now. Takes a couple of shots from Slegs. He's been doing a lot of work with that AUG so far here tonight. Goes to show that if you can get those crates, it can definitely pay off. Like a pot spots Critical Motion, but he gets returned shot from Critical Motion, who spots him as well. And like a pot crawls back to Slegs and says, "Hey, help me up."
Well,
it's just reaching in there.
You're gonna reach in there deep for your team.
Yep.
You know?
They are in the circle though, so no pressure there. Everyone's in the circle as the blue zone stops nicely, and that is a very interesting circle actually for DBP Esports. They've got a nice position here to hold. And as I say that, like a pot gets shut down by Lucid Freak with a long range shot. He's gonna have to get revived again.
Dak has a very far way to go, or he's lonesome, so he's going to have to be careful because he's going to run into a lot of men on his way. Still have the boys from DZ Research. They're in a good position to get a lot of extra points from people trying to move into the white zone because they're holding on to the edge, but they need to be careful on the other side because they have DBP Esports just above the ridge, and if they start to move up a little bit closer to them, might get some shots off on them.
As you can see, DZ Research, the number 7 boys, spread out. Ceterex, Proficient, Ludatera, and Lucid Freak. They're pretty much maintaining a lot of this center area of the map so far. Happy Navitas, though, is quite close to Dak. Is close to Ludatera and Dak as well. Edge actually spotting Happy Navitas, and then Ludo gets the kill, though. That does matter a lot. That's an extra 7 points that Edge was shooting at. But what that means with Happy Navitas gone, there goes Greyhound Gaming. Critical Motion has been spotted by Ludatera as well. Very low, finally. Ceterex helps him out, knocks him down, then finishes him off. So right now, Dak is loving this. He just has to run in with this circle, and he might just get 3rd place.
Wow. And that's amazing for Azure. They'd get 1st and then 3rd, while staying on top of the leaderboard. That's a shocking huge. Oh, sorry. That's a huge effort for Azure.
You're not streaming, Bobby. You're casting. Oh, Dacto has been spotted. He actually gets the kill onto Ludateo. Will he at least just try and finish him off? Just why not? You might as well take him with you. He won't even get that. Proficient finishes him off. Helps out Ludateo. It won't matter. Ludo's going to die here, but at least he'll die to the play zone and not another player. So that's 7 less points to another team, as the play zone does finally finish him off. Pete for Potato gets finished off as well. Proficient, though, saved by the pan. And he takes out for Pete for Potato, and Edge gets the kill onto Proficient. It all just went off inside of 10 seconds.
Down to the final 2 teams. We've seen just rolling around as it is Chiefs versus DBP Esports. 2 on 2. Oh, sorry.
2 on 3. Yep.
5-0.
Well, the Champs is very low.
Yeah, he's going to be in a world of hurt. He needs Edge to get up there a little bit closer, but Champs now has been knocked down.
That's it.
He's crawling around. But Edge, he is on the edge of life. Gets shot. That will be it for DBP Esports, taking out first in our second match.
That just crashed the game.
Oh, that's how strong they were, mate. They crashed the game.
That headshot just completely crashed the game. I now can't get the picture of the results.
So good, mate. I'm having to cut to the break. Yeah?
PUBG right there, summing it up. That's a way to finish the game. We're very sorry that this crash has occurred. Please help us track down and fix this crash. Well, I'll tell you what, that reason that occurred is because DBP Esports completely dominated that game, Bobby, and they were so good that they even crashed my game at the end.
Yep, they broke the source code of PUBG.
They did. All right, so we're going to go to a break and we'll get the third map up and running soon. Don't go anywhere. Third map coming up shortly.
can't get them out of my head. Words, these words you said to me, yeah. Stop my heart barely beating, and now I'm stuck on repeat. I can't sleep through this madness. It's madness. Tame the fire, suffer to live in the ashes. In the ashes. And that's what happens when gasoline plays with matches. Oh yeah. And that's what happens. That's what happens when gasoline plays with matches. And that's what happens. Water, I need this like water. Surround ourselves in self-destruction. Self-worth. Need someone to come reconstruct it. You know it, you got it bad. And I got it bad. We got it bad. And now we're back to life, feeling we never had. Just pretend. Catalyze my catatonic mind. Give it life until it burns too bright. Burns too bright. Consume what little's left inside. Under cover of night, put the past out of sight. We both knew it wasn't right. That's what happens when gasoline plays with matches. Oh yeah. That's what happens. Oh, that's what happens when gasoline plays with matches. And that's what happens when gasoline plays with matches. You get burned. And we must wanna be heard.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESU League Invite OCE First Person. I'm Xenox, and once again joined by Bobby J. Bobby, we're getting into the third map of the night here on Miramar. We've had some pretty exciting games so far.
It's been pretty good, and very surprised that it's like the main thing I want to note is that Azure end up sneaking into the top 4 because Dak crawled along the side of the dune, but we did have DBP Esports pick up first in our second match of the evening, and then we had Chiefs get second place. So DBP Esports came up big in the second. So let's see if they can duplicate that in the third and create some momentum and shoot up the rankings.
Yep, definitely always nice to get a win and get a chicken dinner. Again, looking at the rules, we are on Miramar once again, so that means 2 times ARs, 1.5 attachments, etc. Of course, the red zone, and obviously the scoring. We'll show it again: 7 points per kill and 200 points for first place, Bobby. So again, for DBP Esports, it's huge to finish first.
Yeah, it's definitely huge, and I think that after tonight shapes up, our next 2 matches, we'll be able to get an idea of where people are standing in the season, like who's been a bit more consistent. But even though you've said it goes all the way till June, but if you can get a leg up and have a couple of 100 points between you and some of the other teams, someone like Azure who already had 100 or so point gap, if they extend that even further, they're looking pretty good.
I mean, if you can get, you can sort of get away from the rest of the teams if you can start the season early and get some wins and, place consistently high and sort of, build a gap from the rest of those teams as the players are going to start to make their way out of the plane. And we've basically got the same flight path, Bobby. It's just in reverse. So instead of coming from south to north, it's now going from north to south across the middle of the screen.
It is pretty cool, but we're gonna see people spread on down. So we've got a couple of teams. A lot of them are staying up towards the northern side, but I'll be interested to see where the circle go because a lot of people have gone up north. So those few teams that have gone south have rolled the dice, and that might turn out pretty well for them.
Well, we've got Azure, obviously always a bit of a highlight for them. They've been placing consistently high in their matches and Sway, but Azure's just going to give up Campo Militar. And they're going to go to Terra Bronca, so happy to just loot there themselves. Other than that, no other real conflicts. And again, as I sort of pointed on earlier tonight, Bobby, these teams like to just loot by themselves in peace. They don't want to encroach on anyone else's looting spots. And they all seem to respect that.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen lately. And everyone towards the last couple of minutes of the game, the last 2 to 3 circles is when we get a lot of the firefights. And no one besides Kozzy has gone down to the bottom of the map. So he's going to be able to claim a lot of loot for himself. We've seen him before in the past kind of go off a little bit solo. We saw that in the first match. And will it pay off again? Because we've seen some of these teams, some of them stick together throughout the duration of the match. But we do tend to see one person roam off, get a lot of meds, a lot of different equipment, and then come in for the flank. But it hasn't paid off for too many teams. Or we see that person survive to near the end and just hide.
Yep. Well, I'm looking at Somatic here, part of Henchkids, and that's the team that Kozzy's a part of. And you can just see the distance between Kozzy and the rest of his teammates who are actually in the circle right now. Kozzy's all the way down near prisons. And so he's definitely got some distance. He does have a nice clean road towards there, but, you always open yourself up a little bit to teams shooting at you along the way. So you definitely want a vehicle that isn't a bike, so you don't just get blown to pieces in 20 seconds or so. So I guess Kozzy's got the entire South Island to himself. He better get some good loot and get back to his team alive. But for the rest of his team though, they don't really have to go anywhere. They can just hold up and play defense until Kozzy gets there.
I'm over on the right hand side. Bouncy Butts and the rest of Jam are very close in to Pathogen. They're in the same town, El Zahar. So we could already see an early firefight, which, cool. If you're the team that survives, you get to get a couple extra points there. But you're going to be down a big disadvantage if you fight early, which we might see just over there.
Definitely. But as we generally have been seeing tonight on Miramar, there's really been no early close encounters. Last week on Erangel, when we played there all 4 maps, just about at least someone died pretty early on. Whereas so far tonight, we just haven't had that at all. I mean, the first real firefight sort of commenced when teams are making their way towards the first white circle, and we've still got 3 minutes and 10 seconds until the blue zone even begins to show up and move along, which even then, Bobby, is still, I believe, about 300 seconds or so until it actually, completes and hits the white circle.
Yeah. You see Somatic, he's just going to be on the bike getting away from there. And that Jam firefight might be just happening, Xanox, because I've just seen a couple of members just see each other. So Bouncy Butts has spotted Resolve just before. So he's already just taken some damage as well. He's gonna get on that bike and hightail it out of there because he did get spotted.
getting shot up.
Hopefully, yeah. So he's out of there, nice and early on, away from his team. So let's see. We'll check back in there a little bit later and see where that story goes. But where else do we have anything interesting happening on the map at the moment? Down the bottom, we do have two teams there, quite close together as well.
Well, it seems like Pathogen and Jam are really the only two teams that are, extremely close to each other. Everyone else has got a little bit of separation, or at least in two different cities. Whereas, probably looking here at Carnage Esports and Incognito here in Los Leones, they're also in the same city, but the distance between them is a lot bigger than, say, Jam and Pathogen. So it's gonna be interesting. Actually, Somatic here is pushed up really far away from Kasuna and Nick. So Hench Kids happy to just really separate themselves.
Yeah.
Piggy J actually coming quite close to Somatic here as well, right behind him. But the rest of so obviously immunities. Piggy J gone to leave Somatic actually. Not a lot of action though, Bobby, early on.
No. Well, that's no different from the other matches. But let's see who's going to get the crate. Because there's going to be a couple of members at the circle. The crate is inside the circle. We've got a couple of teams starting to wander there. Have we seen what's... there's another crate up the top. Have we seen what's in the top side crate? There's two crates.
I think the top side crate hasn't actually... for some reason, it's just not letting me go to the crates tonight. And it's really annoying me. Come on, Blue Hole. Get your stuff together. All right, we'll go for another fly quickly and have a look. It's just landed, actually. And as you said, is quite north, out of the way. There's no real reason for teams to sort of, I guess, make their way over here if they're even aware actually where the crate is. Boy, this is taking a while to fly. I think this really highlights just how big Miramar is, because I'm flying here at full speed, and it is taking a while to get to this crate. We'll get there, though, Bobby. You can do these things early on because nothing's going to happen anyway. Let's be real. Nothing's going to happen. So let's see. This crate is quite far away. There better be some good stuff in there, and there is. An AUG, level 3 helmet, a medkit, and a ghillie suit. So you can pretty much get kitted out from that. Do we want to go and check the other one out? It's landed in Crater Field. Still in the circle. Both of them are. We'll have a little peek here. Let's see what's inside this one. This was actually the first crate to land. It's got the AWM with a assault rifle suppressor as well. Some high quality crates on the map at the moment, Bobby.
Yeah, a lot different than last map. We didn't have too much with the crates. It was all mostly the weapons you could just pick up throughout the area. This time around, as you mentioned, the crate a lot better. But Carnage, quite far away. And over there, Hench Kids doing a lot better. They've been a bit iffy so far tonight. Like, they started off in 3rd place, but they're gonna have to do well in these last 2 matches if they want to stay up. In the top 5.
Yep.
On the rankings. So, all the guys from Athletico, they're in their vehicles. They're just driving around at the moment, just cleaning up loot. So they do like to hang around the edge of the zone and then get their extra kills there. They're a very aggressive team. Some of the teams just like to get in there early, or even just have one person survive to try and claim as much points as possible. Athletico is one of those teams that do not do that, and they like to get a lot of action, as we can see more action happening right here between Greyhound Gaming and I believe Azure. So Azure already under fire. The team that's number 1 might be going down early.
Yeah. That's the risk you run, Bobby, when you driving on by a group. Greyhound Gaming able to pick up those 2 kills. So for Azure, really the worst start possible that you could ask for. And Merrick and Ovtala are actually not even near each other right now. Ovtala is just still driving on by. Merrick's by himself. So for the team that consistently places in the top 3, this could be a game they get 0 points from. Next hole, taking some long-range shots. Looking at Somatic. Actually, let's have a look where Cozzy is. He's still quite south a little bit, just south of El Pozo, making his way to his teammates. Next hole. Very ambitious shots there.
No, it's not hitting the mark, but it is very hard to hit from that range. Angry Smurfs had a bit of trouble last match, but it is early on in the competition. But you can see that blue zone moving in. You're gonna have to get those boys from Atletico. They're in their vehicles, all quite spread, Xenox. Trying to get back into the white zone. But there is a lot of teams already bunched up, especially towards the eastern side. We might see a lot of deaths early on. We've already seen 2, but I expect to see a lot more, especially over on the eastern side, because there's a lot of players nearby.
Yeah, and a lot of players sort of out on the hilly areas means there's a lot less cover as well. I'm a little bit surprised there's no team in water treatment at the moment. El Pozo still got half of that town in, as well as San Martin, or Martin, my pronunciations. Martin, even though DBP Esports is there just on the top of that, so I guess they've got a bit of cover on and vision of that area, as Ovtala unfortunately gets spotted by Blackhead and Zed, and Azure lose another member. That just leaves Merrick by himself. Wow, Azure's got a long road to climb here if they're going to try and get any points from this round at all.
Yeah, not good. Not good indeed, but they will still have an opportunity to stay in the match.
Bouncy Butts is quite a distance away from the rest of Jam Gaming as well. But he is, well and truly, far away from everyone in general. Critical Motion and P for Potato. What has just happened there? How have they how has the Chiefs managed this? Ah, motorbike flip. I see you. I see you, motorbike. I see you. I see what you do. I see the things you are capable of. And the evidence is right there. Someone's getting yelled at right now. Whoever was driving that is getting... Edge is just driving on by going, you boys, what are you doing? Come on, I'll pick you up.
Oh my god. Taking some driving tips from me, mate. Or Racket. Racket's pretty horrible driving too. Come on. He's a potato. He's definitely living up to the potato name.
Well, we don't know who was driving, Bobby, so we won't lay blame on one. We'll put blame on both.
Leaving.
Yeah, Champs doesn't want any part.
Driving away.
He's embarrassed right now. Actually, the Atletico boys in a bit of trouble here, as Neville is getting shot at by the Atletico Academy boys. Interestingly enough, Atletico Academy in week 1 wiped out Atletico in one of the matches, and they could be on the verge of doing it again here. Neville is having a bit of trouble here driving up over this hill.
Well, you're going the opposite direction from the zone, mate, and if they're getting a taste of their own medicine, usually they use zone control, but they're getting their own medicine given to them by Atletico Academies, rather. So they're not having a good one. Maybe Lixie can get away, have someone get some points late there, but he has been spotted by externals. He's trying to get some shots off, but he's a bit too far away to land anything significant.
Did land a couple of shots. Lynxie was able to take some damage. External still not giving up, looking for some more. Unfortunately, that was it. That's all you'll get. In fact, there's still more. Oh, shit. No, he did give up. That is a very long shot from Jukesy. They knock out Lynxie, who is so far away. And what this does is it tells the Atletico Academy boys, hey, that's those guys who think they're better than us because they're not in the academy.
Yeah, that is the A team, all right? The academy might say academy, but they're the A team, they're saying. Send them overseas. They want to go overseas. Neferhor, he's trying to get around to help his teammate. He's going to be driving there, but he's going to be under fire as an Ox, so he needs to get there quick, smart.
Well, Jukesy's trying to get there quick, smart as well. Racing on over. Gun behind the back, trying to get as much speed as he can. Externals just to the north as well, who is actually on half health, needs to be careful. Neferhor's a good shot. Could wipe him out. The rest of Atletico, though, have absolutely moved on, as Neferhor and Lynxy are in between two squads right now. There's no getting out of this one. Absolutely no way whatsoever. Flood and Externals right behind him. Pot shot, Neferhor. You can hide in the smoke as long as you like. You're not getting out of there. And Atletico got to go down early after what was 2 decent rounds. The third round, they're going to be the first team out. Well, actually, no, they're not. There's Pongo and Heifer still there, but Externals actually dying to critical motion. Atletico Academy pushing in a little bit too far. And Neferhor trying to fire back here behind. He's got the safety rock blocking the Chiefs.
He's having a dab on the ground. So time for a dab, mate. Come on. Let's get up. Let's see what you got. Thinks he's all cool there in his colourful shirt. Well, you're going to be cool out in the desert, son. He's just healing up. The last hope for Atletico is Neferhor.
Oh no, they got Pongo and Heifer up here as well.
Sorry. Well, Neferhor.
Which is interesting. Very interesting though that Pongo and Heifer didn't decide at all to come and help out their teammates. Maybe try and wrap around and come from behind the Chiefs. But I guess in terms of the situation with Atletico Academy there as well, they just wanted to at least cut their losses and try and place high rather than just wiping out in last place. But
Flood healing up, mate. And then, the play area, it's going to start shrinking once again, so the blue zone coming in. A lot of teams, it's going to affect them on the northeastern side, Xenox, so we might see some fire happening. And whoever's been over towards, over on the west, not too bad, so Neferhor, he might survive.
I don't think so. The second he leaves this rock, the second he even steps up, Chiefs are going to just completely mow him down. They know he's there. The Chiefs aren't too far away from the circle themselves either, so even if they take a little bit of damage, they'll be fine. They can secure the kill onto Neferhor, which they don't know, obviously, if he's the last one alive for that team, so they might think he might be the last one alive. Critical motion, though, +1 is also leaving the area, so that'll leave either Champs or Edge to get that kill. Pongo and Heifer climbing,
help him, though.
climbing this mountain to make their way towards the circle as well, but not towards Neferhor.
Well, they might help him. They might, because they might be able to catch a couple of the members there from the Chiefs as they come down the mountain.
Got some action here, though. Xtol getting the kill into IGRD. Sunny BGS is down at the moment, but Deaths Won't Kill You did fire back, getting a kill onto one of the members of Angry Smurfs. Xtol, Hazy now pushing out. Hazy's got a nice little flank angle here to finish off Sunny if he wants to. He takes a lot of damage from Deaths Won't Kill You. And Hazy, you get spotted, mate. And finally, with a bit of help from Xtol, they take out Deaths Won't Kill You, which means the death of Sunny BGS. Untainted is still there, though. Last remaining member for Carnage Esports gets the knockdown into X-Style. Mavgod, you've got to be a god right now, because otherwise Angry Smurfs are going to get knocked out. It's 1v1 here. And 3 crawling men.
Mavgod wants to be the man to stand tall, but Untainted, he's going to have something to say about that as he puts down the bullets right to Mavgod. He's going to jump inside the shack, heal on up. Good to him. Ooh, we have some business coming over. Who's this? Team 11. DBP Esports. He's heard the gunshots. Like a teapot, he's going to get amongst the action. Maybe finish off a couple of members, get some extra points.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Like a teapot, he's going to get hot. They don't know that Angry Smurfs are here, though. They're about to find out. And luckily for DBB Esports, like a Smurfs, Angry Smurfs are actually very, very low right now. Hazy's absolutely critically about to die. Xtol, unfortunately, finished off by Slags. And that is going to be the end for them. DBP Esports takes out Angry Smurfs. 13 teams left, Bobby. 45 alive. Neferhor, by the way, He's got 9 first aid kits, 5 energy drinks, and 2 painkillers.
I said he was going to live, mate. You didn't even believe. Look at him.
He's got a long distance
He
to go, though.
knows how. Hey, he's fine. He's got the meds. He'll make it there.
Does he have a vehicle up around here, though? That's the question. It doesn't look like there is. And because this next blue zone is also moving in, and once that collapses in on the wax circle, that's even more damage that he's going to have to take. So it's a long trek, a long distance. But if anyone's up for the challenge, it could be Neferhor as Proficient gets knocked down by Kazi. Team Immunity in a bit of a firefight at the moment with Sway. But there is a bit of distance between the two teams and quite a bit of cover as well. Not too much will probably come from that. Pathogen, though, through Chung. Actually getting a knockdown onto Kiki Mukau. Team starting to start fighting now, Bobbies. The next circle has planted itself near La Cabrera.
Chung back. The 13 teams. Make that. Someone just got taken out, so that was Proficient.
And Double
There's
J.
also a knockdown. Ooh.
Yep, that was the play zone.
Bad luck, mate.
Go to down the bottom here. We've got Greyhound Gaming trying to finish off Spaggy from DBP Esports. Spaggy quite a long distance away from the rest of his team. So far away now, he's dead. Luckily, though, Bobby, by dying in the play zone, you don't at least give 7 points over to another team.
Oh, that's pretty smart. So the DBP, and they picked up 3 bonus kills, so that was 21 points that they got when they wiped out the Angry Smurfs.
Bit of a collision here. Atletico Academy and the Hench Kids. Token Carnage, you're driving up at the wrong path, buddy. Flood gets knocked down as well. Immediately, Jukesy, last man standing, you'd think. His Token Carnage is quite low. That's going to be it for Atletico Academy. Carnage, no way he's going to pull this one out. He's a man of carnage. Unfortunately, this time, though, Bobby, it's all self-inflicted. Atletico Academy riding right up to the Hench Kids.
Atletico Academy have had the most impact in this game so far. They've had a lot of kills on go towards them, and they're just picking off people one by one over there on the zone as people are forced to move in. I like this game plan. They have so much space themselves. They're not. They are my favorites. I'm tipping them as my favorites.
We're going with update Neferhor, and he's down to 4 first aid kits, which means he used 5 first aid kits to make it into the blue zone that is currently just moving now. He's got to keep running. He can't stop until he gets to the next white one. But he's still alive.
He'll make it. He'll make it. I believe. It can't end like this, Neferhor. It can't end with you dying to the gas in this desert. I think he'll end up making it.
Chung getting a knockdown onto
yes.
Kika Mukau as well. But as you can see, Kozi here taking shots at Chiefs.
Yeah, they're in a good position because they've got the higher ground Hench Kids, and they need the points that they want to stay up in the top 3 because they haven't had a good night tonight so far. They got taken out fairly early, I think last round, and then the first, I think they came like halfway through the pack in the first match. They went down to mostly to the Atletico guys that got picked out. But here's Kozi trying to put down some damage. They're in a very easy. Look at him. He's in such a good position that all these guys from Chiefs are caught. They were originally the ones trying to pincer people early on. Now they find themselves in a difficult position.
Just seeing Neferhor there, actually in the background here of Kozi. He's found himself a vehicle. He's just driving on by. And he's taking a lot of damage as well from the Chiefs, actually. But he is able to survive and only finds himself right next to Ludatio, who is knocked down at the moment. Using another first aid kit.
Get that juice into you, mate. There we go. The Brock Lesnar juice.
He doesn't realize who's right above him.
Bonus kill. Wow.
And there goes Ludatio again, playing it safe. Oh, in fact, Biggie J somehow getting that kill. I guess because he got the knockdown. The play zone doesn't take the kill from him, so Biggie J gets that one. And he's got Cedric's right here. Neferhor's going to be so careful. Look at that angle, Bobby.
Cedric's here for DZ Research has Neferhor, the man who has survived the harsh climates of the desert. He may just die. He does not go through the window.
I mean, this is one of those situations in PUBG where you just can't believe it that there's a guy right in that corner. Of course, remembering though that Cedric's by himself here for DZ research, he doesn't know how many people are in this vicinity. Oh, he's got Neferhor. Surely he does. Neferhor turns around and just pops him off. That's the power of the Nef. Unfortunately, though, Biggie J was there from Team Immunity. Big distance. Knocks out Neferhor. Heifer and Pongo are close by. If Neferhor can get behind this wall, they might be able to come and rescue him. 10 teams
How
remain.
is this man still alive? Like, he might be crawling on the desert floor, but he managed to get that kill. He shouldn't have not gotten that kill, but the aim of that man. Oh, damn it, but I don't think is his team anywhere nearby to pick him up?
Heifer's quite close. Unfortunately, though, with the blue zone moving in and the angle that Team Immunity have, there's not much that Atletico can really do in this situation. Neferhor finally finished off by Biggie J. Pongo has moved up. He's in a much better position. And there is also Sway here as well, now putting pressure on the Team Immunity, who, with all these shots and getting all these kills, gives away their position. Nutshot getting the knockdown onto Heifer, who's most likely going to just fall behind and stay in the blue zone. Pongo last alive now for Atletico. It's a kill, though, onto the boys from Chiefs. They get wiped out, exploded, as they were looking to make their way into the next white circle. Pongo dead as well by Unique. That's going to be the kill for Sway. And all of a sudden, Bobby, 8 teams remain, 26 alive.
Very quick. About 4 teams were taken out in the last 2 minutes. So this is a critical moment to stay alive and get those extra points, because that's where the points jump up quite high. Biggie J done a good job so far for Team Immunity. They've had the high ground advantage. And they do have a member of Sway still stuck beneath them. Well, 2 members of Sway in the same building. Unique. He just gets taken down by Biggie J, so he finds himself another kill. And Kozzy also gets snapshot as well. Oof. That's another kill for the Jam Game. Oh, no, sorry, for
Team Immunity, yeah.
Team Immunity.
Crush, by the way, the
So
last one now
they've
for
got a lot of
Sway.
kills.
And he could pop out here. Gets there's a kill onto Biggie J. That's from Yeti Aztec. This is Pathogen joining the fray as well. We've got 3 teams here at the moment. Vasily out in the open, taking a lot of damage as well as Electric goes down, dies to the play zone. Nutshot just trying to make his way in. Not a big distance, but there's Crush still behind, holding firm here with these supplies. Now he's going to make his way in. Can he get any kills from this? It's going to be difficult. The play zone does a lot of damage at this point in the game, and he's not going to be able to heal up in time. He goes down to the play zone as well. Kasoon getting a kill onto Nutshot, wipes out Team Immunity. We've got 6 teams alive now.
We're getting into the money zone. We're getting into the big points. Vasily taking a lot of damage. He's outside the zone. He will make it, but he has to trek up that hill where there are a lot of people just waiting. He's taking a lot of shots. Over on the ridge, he will be finished off by Somatic and Kasun. So nicely done. 5 teams remain. Anyone in this, or make that 4, because Merrick just gets taken down by Somatic.
Well, remember Merrick though, Bobby. That means 5th place for Team Azure. They were the first team to lose 3 members. Merrick was able to survive that long and get off the radar. We've got 4 teams left. Team Azure get 5th place thanks to Merrick. There are probably no kills in that.
They have 2 bad games after coming first, but they become 3rd and 5th. They may still clinch onto 1st place after week 2 if they still have someone make it into the top 4 or 5 in the next game, but we won't talk about that just yet because we still have 4 teams remaining, and pretty much all of them have at least 3 members.
All of them got all 4 of them, all 4. So we got 4v4, v4, v4 right now. As Nick has actually spotted Incognito down the bottom of this cliff. Kazi taking a lot of damage, is on about 5% health. McClutchon and Ronald going to be pushing up. Kikamukau trying to fire from a bit of a distance though. McClutchon too close. Kozzy and Nick getting those knockdowns. Ronon down as well. That's 2 members of Incognito down. That's a long grenade. Kikamukau, you got to be careful on that one. They both go over the top of him though. Kazi trying to heal up. They're in a pretty poor position right now, and no one's going to save Incognito.
Kozzy needs to be careful because he has a couple of members of DBP Esports behind him. They're like a teapot. He's in a pretty good position, but just seeing Karazist needs to heal on up. So this the blue zone starting to shrink.
No helmet left as well.
Shortly. Oh, he's in a bad spot. Look at that, like a teapot. He's up on the high ground. So DBP Esports, they're in a good They have a good opportunity, Xenox, to go back-to-back victors.
Definitely do, but Greyhound Gaming themselves have got the whole south end to themselves. So they're looking pretty hot at the moment. Really, the only team that's not looking so good is Incognito. 14 alive, 4 teams alive.
They need a miracle here. They need someone to rush them and take them out. Then finish him.
Whoa, Kikamukau though, gonna get the kill onto Nick, or at least the knockdown. Yeah, look at Kasoon. Look how far he's flanked here. He's gonna get this surely onto Kikamukau, and he does. He just has to spot Kazi. Kazi spots him first though, which forces Kasoon to back down a little bit. Switches over to the 4x scope, looking for a little bit more zoom potential, and he's fallen down the cliff. Kasoon, that is just absolutely hilarious. Now he has to use the first aid kit, and he is stuck in this position. Kazi gets the kill, though, onto Kikamukau. Kazi's still alive. 45 seconds until this blue zone moves next, Kasoon. Kazi knows where he is. He has to be careful here. If he does get knocked down, I'd say that's it. He's going to push up now. Grenade comes in. Kazi holding firm in the smoke, or just in front of it. It does get spot, and that's going to be Kazi getting the kill. So, Kasoon, very lucky, mate, that you didn't kill yourself there.
I thought he was going to take a tumble, and he was never to return.
Oh, Somatic spotted.
Serb. Where this man's going to go.
And they've
3
spotted
teams
Nick.
remaining. Somatic's out. Nick, he's been removed. So they can... They're also removed from the game, as there's still members here trying to push up onto Greyhound Gaming from the Hench Kids. So we got Hench Kids, Greyhound Gaming, and Team DBP left alive. So 3 teams. A lot more points. Greyhound, they needed this because they're only ranked 7 coming into today, so that's going to shoot them up. Hench Kids were 3rd, so they're going to be able to find themselves going up on the leaderboard. But Serb, he's going absolutely huge. Wipes out the Hench Kid, and then we see ourselves with DBP and Greyhound Gaming. Can we have back-to-back victors now?
Well, it's going to be hard here. Only Schmidt alive. And that's it. Grenade finishes it off. So, absolutely huge performance, Bobby. DBP, they get 2nd.
Look at the kills as well. A lot for Greyhound. 3, 3, 2, 2, 8,
Yep.
10.
Greyhound
Kills.
Gaming coming out on top,
Ooh.
Bobby.
Yeah, they're coming out on top. But of the kills, we have 13 with Kasun, Posey, Nick, and Somatic. So nicely done from the Hench Kids. They get themselves 13 kills.
I definitely do. So that's the 3rd map done. We've only just got 1 more to go. 1 more round to see who else is going to get a chicken dinner tonight. Congratulations to the Ground Hand Gaming boys. They pick up 3rd map. We'll be back after this short break to bring you the final map of the night. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESU Invite League for OCE. My name is Xenox, and again, joined by Bobby J. We're for the fourth and final map of the night. Bobby, it's been an action-packed night, and I'm sure the last map's going to be the same.
Yep. The story so far of tonight has been DVP Esports having a pretty good showing, going first in map 2, second in map number 3, seeing Azure have one man always make it into the top 5 to try and claim their spot as number 1 still after week number 2. And also they won the first map, but Greyhound Gaming stepped up and took out map number 3. So let's see where the story is going to take us this time around. Xenox still on the same map.
Yep.
We get ready to jump in the plate.
Still on Miramar tonight. It's the fourth and final map of Miramar as the players have just made their way into their lovely plane that they're so eager to jump out of. So far, we've had 3 different circles, Bobby, and 3 completely different areas of the map. So, kind of expecting the same here. We do have a different plane trajectory, though, coming right across, not quite middle, but thereabouts. You'd say pretty much the players could get to wherever they want to from here.
Yeah, going from east to west. You can already see the spreads. Some going north and south. So let's see where this is going to take us. Trying to see, like, Angry Smurfs. We're at 15th coming into this week. And Incognito down the bottom. DBP Esports with 13th. So you can imagine they've shot up, possibly into the top 5.
They've had
Carnage Esports.
They've had some pretty good performances.
They might drop a little bit. And Tannen Mines, you can imagine not playing today, they're going to drop down to 16th. Even though they're overseas, so, it's fair on them to skip out. It's going to be a bit of a mix-up with the points. Especially with Atletico only on 98. They've managed to stick around about the 5th position mark. So this is going to be very important for all these teams involved to see who's going to walk away with a big handful of points after map number 4.
Well, so far tonight we've had 3 different winners early on. I've actually got some early shots here from I Love Spaghetti for Jam Gaming, taking some shots at the... who was he? He was taking shots at Resolves, actually, for Pathogen, who was still coming down from his parachute. He only took a little bit of damage, though.
Yeah, but he might be running into Bouncy because he's on the other side of him. So once again, they land in the same spot, Jam.
Yep.
They were in the same town before.
Oh, I told you, these players, they like their own spots. The only difference is this time around, because of where the plane was, for these 2 teams in Pathogen and Jam, this was a little bit further away, which means Resolves wasn't able to really land where he wanted to. We might have some early conflict there. Circle's in, and it is as north as it can possibly go at this point in the game. It's going to be a very interesting finish there.
Yeah, most people aren't even near the circle. Pretty good for everyone who's landed up in north. See if Jam get into the early firefight. It's Pathogen. Bouncy making his way through some of the circle. Look, Bouncy and Resolves are very close to each other. They are a building between the 2.
Oh, even closer.
Eddie.
Chung getting the knockdown onto I Love Spaghetti. Who's just going to play...
Resolves going to the same building now.
Oh, just as we missed it, Bouncy Butts gets Resolves down and out. So, Jam Gaming get the first kill here. Chung, though, did get that earlier knockdown, but wasn't able to finish off the kill. Now he's under fire by Cheeses. Not a great start for Pathogen, but for Jam Gaming, this could be absolutely perfect. If they can wipe them out, they'd have this town that's pretty much just to the right of the circle all to themselves, and they'd be pretty close to the next one. But I Love Spaghetti, I just don't see how he's going to make it out of here.
And they get 28 points if they wipe out the entire team. Spaghetti. It's not going to be worth it for Jam if they lose a member. Because you lose a member this early on, I suppose actually I say this, but we've had someone like like people from Azure last till the top 5 with one person alive. So
Well, Gem
anything can really happen.
must have already lost a member because they've only got 3 alive and make that 2 once I Lost Spaghetti goes down. So either that or they didn't come in with somebody because there's the first total kill now for Pathogen as I Lost Spaghetti bled out. So technically, I think Jam must have only come in with 3 members.
Yeah, press tab and I'll tell you who's missing. It's someone starting with a J. I'm trying to think of his name. I should know this because being with the org and everything.
You should know these players, Bobby. 2.5 minutes, by the way, until the blue zone makes their way in. So it was Bouncy Butts and Cheeses who are in now, and I Love Spaghetti just died for Jam. So it's a 2v3 situation now in favor of Pathogen.
I'm looking up who it was. It's gonna be easier. I'll go to the site.
First crate.
It was Double J.
Double J.
Which is surprising because they've got Toos as well. They've got a 5th member, but they don't have either of them.
Well, isn't Tusa the community manager or something for Jam?
Yeah, but he's also listed as a player, so
Interesting. Well, first crate has dropping below us, above us.
that's a nice position to be in. You still don't have to worry about zooming around.
So it's got, oh my goodness, this is packed. M24
That's
with an
awesome.
8x scope, a cheek pad, level 3 backpack, a med kit, and a ghillie suit. I mean, I think you said that's Christmas, Bobby. That is like 5 Christmases.
So who's going to be able to grab onto Santa's sack? Let's see.
Right next to the water treatment plant. As we've got just 1 minute left until the blue zone will start to make its way in. The closest to that really is Angry Smurfs. And you've also got DZ Research just to the north as well at Torre Amuda. Amuda? GURPS taking some shots at the Hench Kids. We've changed their number from 18 to 2 for this final round, so to not get confused there. That is the Hench Kids, who have been playing well tonight.
Yeah, they're showing why they rank number 3 coming into week number 2. So I'm definitely impressed with them. And only a couple of casualties earlier from that Jam fight with Pathogen very early on, which is going to be a bit detrimental. It's more detrimental to Jam because they're stuck with 2 members. So they're going to have to try and clear on out. Lucky for them, they're near the circle, but they have to clear on out early, not take any more fire. They could potentially go to the crate if they get there early enough, but we see a couple of people with vehicles, those Xenox, already moving towards the crate.
Yep. GRD making his way. Rest of his team still quite far away, but he's definitely going for that crate and he's going to get a nice surprise. No one else really moving for it just yet. A lot of teams, though, are quite north already. Not a lot of south. Some shots from Edge. Looks like onto Nefahor. And geez, Atletico really do not want another early exit.
Yeah. They've had a bit of a rough one. Up and down, not very consistent. Neverhor, he was the miracle man. Well, if he can survive here against Edge, which is against the same people again. It was Chiefs
Yep.
and Atletico going toe-to-toe before. So this is a bit of deja vu for Neverhor. He's like, oh, not again.
As the Atletico Academy just drive on by, right past Chiefs and Atletico,
Whoop.
right in the middle of
Stop.
Chiefs as well. Look how separated the Chiefs are. Edge still taking shots. This was at Lynxie and Nefahor. So Nefahor was able to get picked up by Lynxie and they're able to make their way out safely.
He didn't want to have to crawl all the way back into the circle. I don't think he had enough med packs this time around to get through. He had 9 first aid kits. Get himself back inside the circle.
Got ourselves a knockdown onto Nick, actually, for the Hench Kids. A long-range shot here coming from Greyhound Gaming, who were able to do well in the last round.
Greenhound, they've already found themselves a nice little area to perch themselves up on the high ground and spot people coming in. And Happy, he's already landing some shots off. Nothing really comes of it. It is the Hench kids that are zeroing in on them, which are two teams that are high up on the leaderboard at the moment. You can take out the Hench kids. That'd be good for Greyhound because they might be able to take over them on the board.
Still no real action happening just yet. Right now teams are happy to just play this one out. Long range shot though from Nick for the Hench kids. Knocks out Serb, but as you can see, Serb is very much surrounded and he's going to get plenty of comfort to get back up and fight again.
Nice accurate shot though. It's quite a distance and you have to land it inside the house.
And that'll definitely, if the Hench kids want to just sort of back out, they've got plenty of time to do that now. You can see the distance, how far away they were fighting Greyhound Gaming. So a long range shot for Nick. And they're able to now just sort of get back to their own buildings. Circle. As you can see, the blue zone now starting to slowly make its way in. American Altalara slowly making their way down from South Val Del Mar and up.
Yeah. So the Zua crew again coming in late.
Greyhound Gaming spotted Atletico just to their south. Atletico's got plenty of buildings for cover. 15 teams still in this one, so no team has dropped out yet.
Pretty big turnout, 15 teams.
You can just see actually just to the top, Token Carnage has got high vision here of Atletico and Greyhound Gaming, but it is quite a distance away. So unless he's got a decent weapon with an 8x scope or something, he won't be able to really see too much. And he's just going to get in his buggy, make his way closer. Ludatio up top, actually getting a knockdown onto Yeti Aztec. So that's Pathogen losing another member. They lost that one earlier on in the very beginning to Jam Gaming as well. So for DZ Resurge, they're able to pick up that kill, which means only Chung and Vasily are left now for Pathogen.
Yeah, they're Chung.
They're separated as well, those two. So, danger signs for Pathogen. That crate still hasn't been looted yet. Some more shots between Atletico and Greyhound Gaming. Greyhound Gaming also taking some shots onto the Hench kids. It's trying to fight two fights at once. It's very risky, even when you got that Car 98. And the circle has moved. Water treatment right in the middle. And that crate is still there.
They've got way on the outside. So they've been doing this each game. They've been swinging around and coming from an area,
look at the Chiefs
like on the side. Yeah. Chiefs doing the same as well. So that could be good for the Chiefs if they manage to swing around to the north side, come in there uncontested after the carnage has already happened, and then just pick the remains. Well,
a lot of teams don't really mind too much hanging out in the circle. Crush here, though, for Team Sway's picked up the AUG. He's also got a military vest. Not sure if that actually came from that care package or not, but still a decent pickup. Nonetheless, as the 5 Christmas crate still hasn't been picked up at all. Angry Smurfs taking some shots here onto Team Immunity. Looking to just blow up the tires and the bikes. Electric now in the vision of X-Tol. There was a knockdown onto Cheeses from Deaths Won't Kill You. So, unfortunately for Jam Gaming, finding themselves in the action again. Bouncy Bots is there to get the revive, closing the door. He doesn't want to be disturbed right now. Shots, Vasily getting fired upon now by Team Sway. It always seems to be the case, Bobby, where there's no action at all. As Vasily here is just watching the Hench kids go right past him. He's got Nick right to his right, and Nick's got about 5% health. He doesn't realize that Vasily's just going to get in the motorbike and run away. Nick finally gets knocked down by Unique.
Well, he had another crew coming behind him, so there's several teams here. So maybe getting on that bike and hightailing it away is worth it, rather than just getting one kill and then getting taken out.
Electric getting the
Electric.
final kill.
Anymore. As they move down the hill here, Team Immunity, they will spot a couple more members.
Oof.
Somatic needs to get a bit of health. He's caught behind the rock, getting some shots from the Jam Gaming boys, the last two remaining cheeses and Bouncy Bear, but he also has members of the Angry Smurfs over to his left-hand side, and he will be taken out, shot in the butt from Bouncy Butts.
Yeah, Jam Gaming pick up the official kill as well. Fighting that one out with the Angry Smurfs. They won't be quite happy with that. Only 2 members left now of the Hench Kids, Cozzy and Kasoon up top there at the top of the screen. Bouncy Butts knocked down by Extreme 2G. And that means that it's only Cheeses that is currently standing for Jam Gaming. He's got to go and pick up his buddy friend.
Yeah, they're not in a good position, Jam Gaming, because they're stuck in between 2 teams. Cozzy, the crew come across the hill, and then you also have members of the Chiefs. They're about to come behind Team Immunity Xenox.
Oh, Jesus, just making that one so close. And yeah, I mean, as you said though, Jam Gaming in between teams, are they ever? They've got Carnage to their right. They've got Angry Smurfs to the north, and to their left they got Atletico Academy, and to their south they got Greyhound Gaming. They are as pinned as you can get. If I was Cheeses and Bouncy Butts, I'd say hold fire and just hide. Play dead.
They may cop nades going into there because... Oh, Jesus! He's out in the smoke. I don't know if that's a wise decision, but he's just going to go for it. He's had enough of this. But take a look up here on the northwest side, Xenox, because we have Chiefs moving in very close to Team Immunity.
Still no teams have actually... Oh my... I saw that happening before it even happened. Champs. P for potato. That's the second incident from the Chiefs with the motorbike. Maybe they shouldn't ride them.
Okay. Maybe they just don't let potato do that. I'd roll that potato down the hill if you did that to me.
Oh, P for potato. Definitely has not got his license to drive a motorcycle. Team Immunity starting to push in onto the Chiefs here, who have to back out into the blue zone as well. Circle has moved again, and again it has moved centrally towards water treatment plant, which is essentially the only sort of big area building left. The care package still hasn't been looted. Atletico just on the outside of the white circle, taking some shots from DBP Esports. Slegs here, seeing what he can do with the VSS. This is the first time I've seen a player use the VSS in competitive PUBG.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, the gun is pretty bad.
Yeah, he's very accurate.
It maybe highlights that Slegs is either a big fan of this, or he just literally did not find any other ranged weapon to his liking. Doesn't seem like he's got a scope on his M4, so that would probably be the reason. But either way, 15 teams still alive. No teams have wiped out just yet. 30 seconds until the play zone gets restricted. Lynxy taking a few shots alongside Heifer. Heifer, though, just copped a big one. And he's at almost half health here. Atletico playing dangerously, and Nefahor, they're right into the firing line of Atletico Academy. They want to take him out, but he's able to just make his way out safely for now.
Going up in the hill, some four-wheel driving off-road action. But as they drive in, they're going to go into the fire zone. They're going to be caught in the crossfire, so they need to make sure they drive out there quick, smart. See some shots from Greyhound Gaming, still perched up, trying to protect their position. I'm very surprised those guys in the vehicles.
Well, we've got some action here, though, in the top corner.
That's it. That was who I was talking about, the Chiefs driving. They have driven between several teams, and they're paying the price for it.
They are. Hench Kids with Cozzy getting the knockdown onto P for Potato. They will finish off critical motion. So Chiefs in a bit of bother right now. Champs, the only one actually still alive for them is P4 Potato. Ironically, will die next to a motorcycle. It may not have been the cause of his death, but there's no better pair than P4 Potato and a motorcycle right about now tonight. And the Hench Kids, who had a bit of a tough start with Kozi and Kasoon still alive. Have got 2 total kills. But still no teams have been completely wiped out. Biggie J getting knocked down. Team Immunity getting pounced upon by the Angry Smurfs here. We might see the first team get wiped out here. Mavgod down. Nutshot responding. And Immunity aren't going to just fall over here and let them have it. Hazzy getting the knockdown onto Wolf, though. I mean, pretty close from both teams so far.
Yeah. What else I can get? Trying to land some shots off. Nutshot. Xenox replenishes his fluids. See it, Nutshot. Some more damage off. There was a grenade kill from Hazzy on Electric in the background. 49 still alive, 15 teams. Still plenty of opportunity for a lot of people as Hazzy put the work in so far for Angry Smurfs. These guys are coming in bottom third on the ladder. But if they can survive and make it up through the rankings, it'll be very good for them exiting out of week number 2 because they definitely need some points.
Well, speaking of exiting, Team Immunity will be the first team to exit the final map of the night. They get taken out by the Angry Smurfs, which gets them 5 total kills now already, Bobby. So that's a lot of points in itself. If they can get a high position to go with those kills, they'll be doing pretty alright for themselves. Circle moving again to the north. Let's have a look at this care package. And we've got an M24 8x scope, an extended quick draw mag. And it looks like we're going to be seeing DZ Research possibly come and acquire this if they've got the kahunas to do it.
That's another team that we haven't seen too much of today. Haven't had a lot to offer in week number 2. But DBP Esports is the team that impressed me the most today because they came in at 13th and they could be leading potentially in the top 5 because they have had 2 amazing back-to-back games with a lot of kills as well, so they get those bonus points. So if they can, as I mentioned at the start of this match, if they can gather some more points, we could expect to see them in the top 5. Do we calculate it before the end of the stream, or do we talk about that next time?
Next time. We'll talk about it's spoken about next time, but you know, interesting that you said about DZ Research and not really noticing them too much tonight. Last week, Ludatio and Proficient were just absolutely amazing for DZ Research. They were one of the teams that really stood out last week. So they have been a little bit quieter this week. NZ Snapshot and Ludatio quite close to each other. That's Sway in the pink. Another plane coming by. Blue Circle is moving, by the way, as Gem Gaming start to turn the tide here. They get the knockdown onto Carnage from Atletico Academy. So the duo here of Gem Gaming still staying alive. Kasoon getting the kill onto Carnage. So I think Atletico Academy maybe not fully aware that the Jam Boys were still there holding up in their little houses. They are still in the circle. Again, another knockdown onto Externals and Flood. Atletico Academy have just fallen apart right now. Jukesy, the last one alive. The other 2 on the ground. And now finally finished off. Hazzy getting the kill onto Externals and Gerps onto Flood. So Jukesy, last one. He's got plenty of meds, Bobby, but he's pinned down.
Yeah, we just have to might enjoy having fun with those meds while he sees the demise of his team around him. So 14 left, 43.
Oh boy, that's another big one. M24 with an 8x scope, level 3 backpack, an adrenaline syringe, and a ghillie suit. So Christmas has definitely come again. At the moment, Kozi and Kasoon up top for the Hench Kids, still holding on, just a pair of them. We got 43 alive, but 14 teams, Bobby. That means that a lot of the players have died. The teams have not, though, as Chung actually gets the kill onto Ronan. Chung's by himself, pretty much. He does still have a Vasily alive, but Vasily's at the north of the circle. They're nowhere near each other.
How does this happen? How does it, like, people get separated?
I would say they got unlucky. Someone went to go and do something, and unfortunately someone either died or the team that was waiting died. Plans just didn't work out, Bobby. That's probably what happened. But a lot of teams now around that water treatment area. You got Atletico taking some shots onto Azure. Azure's been a little bit quiet in this game so far, but you know, being quiet sometimes gets you wins. I'm not going to say that guy's name. We'll just call him Slob. He gets knocked down by Pongo. As Heifer, though, unfortunately finished off by Blackout and Serb, and Like a Pot gets knocked down by Kikamukau. Atletico paying the price a little bit, losing Heifer, but being aggressive, they've still got 0 kills. Slegs finished off, Like a Pot finished off as well. We've only lost 1 team so far, Bobby, but there's only 39 alive.
Yeah. Well, we did start off with a couple of teams missing some players as well.
Not too many.
About
I believe it was only like one player.
Was it one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Merrick.
such my theory. But you might need some health there, Merrick, because Azure, they could see themselves exiting out early if a couple of members can't this area. He's comping fire. He's trying to shoot back on Lynxes, but he's going to shoot him down. He still has a couple of team members around him, but that is Atletico licking their lips. They want to be able to take out these Azure guys early on.
They didn't get the kill, though. It was Untainted getting the kill for Carnage Esports from a long distance away. So Atletico push in, be aggressive, get the knockdown. They get nothing for it, though. They get 0 points for that. And they actually lost a player, and they've just lost Neferhorn now, so it's just Pongo and Lynxy alive for Atletico. Being aggressive and getting those knockdowns hasn't paid off for Atletico here. And they're in a tough position.
Yeah, that zone's coming in. That blue zone's sweeping through. So that is not good for Atletico. This aggressive play has cost them. I've mentioned this before. They are an aggressive team. Azure, they pick their shots. Oh, Dak, he's trying to shoot him. He's going to be outside the zone very shortly. But there's Lynxy to finish him up. So Pongo also gets a kill. So they do get a few, but now they're going to be under fire, and they're going to struggle to get back into the zone.
They only got 1 kill out of that. Pongo is still alive, but he's pushing him right into Carnage Esports. Jukes is still alive, actually, for Atletico Academy, pinned down by Bouncy Butts and Cheeses, who have done an amazing job for Jam Gaming, as unfortunately, there goes Atletico. 12 teams left. So the first 3 teams are out. We've still got 12 alive, though. Xtol up top, knocked down. He's got to get healed up by Hazy. And Yukamukau, knocked down by Lucid Freak. Ceterix as well, knocked down by Untainted. So Carnage Esports, who have been quiet tonight, getting involved here with Untainted, doing quite a bit of work from a bit of a distance as well.
Teams, 29, as you were mentioning. Deaths won't kill you. Well, that's probably a lie, mate. There's Bouncy Butts. Now he is under fire. Has to use the first aid kit. There's also some fire happening here on the northern side of the map, Xenox.
Yep, that's the Hench
Who's
Kids.
this getting pinned down? Ooh.
Angry Smurfs getting pinned down by the Hench Kids.
Yeah, so Angry Smurfs may run into a lot more problems again. So everyone here trying to survive up into the top 10, but not going to get too many points because we're saying the bottom 2 don't get any points.
Well, Lucid Freak down, Proficient down as well. Kassoon trying to pin down Hazy. Interesting, Atletico Academy got finished off by Gem Gaming, by the way, and they're up to 3 total kills there. That could just about be 4, and it might be Hazy getting knocked down by Cheeses. Gem Gaming, considering their beginning start, their end is looking alright. There's only 10 teams left. They're going to get something out of this game after what felt like they would have got nothing. Circles moved again, and there's absolutely no cover in that. It's just a big giant hill. And a lot of the players are going to have to try and climb over. Only 22 alive. 9 teams, though, as Cheese is doing his best to try and get that kill onto Hazy. Now, in matchmaking, Bobby, you wouldn't be too concerned with this, but obviously in competitive, you want those 7 points, and there's the reason why. Kassoon now gets the kill for Hench Kids. Jam get nothing.
Nope. That's it's a terrible. It's almost like what happened to Atletico with play aggressive, get absolutely nothing. But they still have people alive though, Jam. So at least they have that. There's 9 teams remaining. I'm very surprised that Azure. How many members do they have? No, they're all gone now. They're all gone.
Yeah, it looks like Azure's all gone, unfortunately for them.
So,
And unfortunately for Bouncy Butts. And Cheese's Jam Gaming boys fall short. 7 teams left.
Spread the jam all over the desert floor.
Well, Champ's here actually by himself for Chiefs, the last one alive for them. Players are just dropping left, right, and center right now. There's an absolute huge battle going on down south between Incognito and Carnage Esports. McClutchion is trying to get Kikamuk out. That's not going to happen. Deaths won't kill you. Deaths will throw a grenade at you. Now he's going to go and get Sunny BGS up as well. Carnage doing really well. McClutchion, last one standing for Incognito as Kazi is down at the moment. 13 players alive. Might as well take the ghillie suit. Why not? Not that it's going to really do much except pinpoint the big green dude in the big, sandy area. And Deaths won't kill you. Oh, he's coming around the corner and it's going to be McClutchion with the clutch kill.
There's people surrounding him. Nope. He'll just get the one. He's not Biggie J. My boy Biggie J.
4 teams remain. Chiefs is one of them thanks to Champs. They haven't picked up any kills this round, but they'll get a top 4 placing. We've got 2 alive for Carnage Esports, 3 alive for Sway, and 3 alive for Greyhound Gaming. Another high place finish for Greyhound, Bobby. They could be, if I'm correct, did they win the last round or was it the round before?
Yes, they won last round.
They could be the only team so far this season, well, to win back-to-back chicken dinners and at least win 2 on the same night. But they do only have 3 alive and not there just yet. It'd be amazing if Champs could pull this out. Oh.
Sway, they're the team that's doing quite well. They're a bit of under the radar sort of team because they've had some all right placings, but we just haven't spoken about them too much. And they've got 3 alive. It's Chiefs with the lone member and Champs, and then we also have 2 just left for Carnage. So Carnage might get some points out of this, but they do need some places because they haven't placed too much tonight, Xenox, and they came into week 2 at 2nd place. So they really need maybe a top 2 finish. They can have 2 of their members survive till then.
If they can get the win here, definitely would go a long way to catching up to Azure, considering Azure is not in the final group.
Yeah, they went down early. I don't even think they made the top 10.
So Greyhound going to be spreading out a little bit. Champs is happy to just hold his position. He's just praying right now that the other teams are all going to wipe each other out and Chiefs could pick up a 2nd place finish. Carnage with 2 members. Greyhound have got 3. Sway's got 3 and Chiefs have got 1. Smoke start to come out from Carnage Esports and that could actually be slightly worse. It does give away their position, although I assume the only reason why you do that is because your position was already given away. Extreme 2G is got them in his sights here. This could be the end of Carnage here as they're forced to push in thanks to the blue zone.
Oh, Extreme. What can he land? He knows Sunny's just over there, but he's going to move up towards the hill as we have 9 members left alive. It's do or die time. The circle is closing in, and Extreme getting some shots off on the grid. Now he has Sunny below him as well, but Sunny's going to catch him up, drop him to the floor. He wants to get up here and finish the kill, but he may run into some trouble. Running up the hill. Serb bring his teammate back to life, Xenox, and we're going to continue on with this. But there has been a team eliminated.
Yep.
6 members remaining.
And this is exactly what Champs wanted. He wanted them to take each other out. Serb, unfortunately, just falling down the hill. He's the only one left. Crush gets taken out as well. Snapshot, the knockout onto Extreme 2G. And now he spots Serb as well. Serb with the nice little revenge kill. God, 69. Last one standing. And Serb's the last one standing. And Champs is the last one standing. If no one can get revived here, we've got a 1v1v1. Champs now is pulling up to Serbs. Champs gets the kill. He's on low health though. God 69. It's a 1v1 to finish it off. And God 69 takes it out. Chiefs come in 2nd place, but Team Sway get the chicken dinner.
Wow, Champs. Gotta say, he did a good job to survive. They only get with a 1 kill. NZ Snapshot with 4. But who got the most? I think that was... Just don't kill your Sunny BG's grid. Untainted. That team, they got a lot of kills. Look at that. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And I think that's
All in a row.
Carnage Esports. Yeah, they got a lot of kills with the 4th place finish. That's essentially
14.
probably the same, if not maybe even more points than 2nd place for Chiefs. But for the Chiefs, I mean, Champs, the fact that Champs had a chance to win it at the last fight, he was on literally 5 health. He probably was never going to win that fight, Bobby. But, sometimes it's just easier to just hide out, especially when you're the last one alive.
Yeah. dude, that Carnage, they needed those points, and that's worth. I think they got the most kills out of any team today in one round. 14. 13 was last round with I can't remember who it was. In Atletico, they had a round with like 10 or so. So I think they got the most. 14 with Carnage. So let's give them a shout out as well. But the other teams that performed well was Greyhound. They made it pretty far. They got it third, and they came first before that. DBP Esports, they had some good moments today, so they'll shoot up in the rankings, coming first and then second. Azure, they did fantastic in game number 1. They won it. Then they came second, and then I think they came third after that, fourth, maybe even fifth, something like that in the third one. Then they drop out early, so it's going to be interesting to see where they end up. They may have scored enough points to stay near the top 1 or 2, but I expect to see Greyhound up there because they're in 7th, and then maybe even Carnage and Sway, and also the Hench Kids.
Well, either way, that's going to be it from us tonight, Bobby. Great rounds of PUBG. Definitely exciting. Second week, so there's a long road ahead for a lot of these teams, and it's going to be interesting to see what sort of where the leaderboard ends up after tonight once everything is calculated. There might be a little bit of delay or issues due to round 3's game, unfortunately, with the client crashing. So I'm not going to really speak on that because I'm not an admin or anything, but I know all the other stuff will be calculated. Bobby, I just want to give you a big thank you for filling in tonight on extremely short notice. I appreciate it heavily.
All good, mate.
And we'll be back next week, same channel, same time, with week 3 of the ESU Invite League for OCE. I've been Xenox, joined by Bobby J. Make sure you give the Twitter a follow and follow the Twitch channel as well. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you next week.